Good afternoon and welcome back to Sotty Live. I'm Sotty and this is Live. Let's see if that's working this time. Good afternoon, peoples. Dead quiet on a Saturday afternoon. Everybody's occupied. Why not do a little bit of farming? Can't think of a reason why not. Tone, Eli, good afternoon. How are you doing? I have a quick question. Do either of you have that there tock of the ticks? The tick of the tocks? Because I have a feeling that I'm live over there as well, right now. Hopefully everything is working. Everything looks okay at this side, but that doesn't mean that it's working at your side. Let me have a look. Yes, Tone. Oh. How's your Saturday going, boys? Right. After the disaster this morning that was the lumber thing where I was killing trees, I don't think you are live. Yeah, it says I am. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I might try and sort it. It definitely says I'm live on TikTok. Do I have to go into TikTok Studio and publish it or something, I wonder? Just give me a moment, please. Let's have a look. I'm definitely sending the feed to TikTok, but I don't know if I need to do like an additional... Like I need to do an additional step somewhere. Let's just have a little look. Profile. Nothing under there. Creator tools. Live center. Okay, that sounds like a good place to be. No. It thinks that I'm live, I think. We've got Saturday at the Farm that started at... Oh, hang on a minute. Is that a clip? It's very hard to understand, this thing. Live Center, home. I'm definitely broadcasting to TikTok, but I don't know if it's going out live. Apparently not. Check metrics when you... Right. Now that's not helping, is it? As if I need to ask who that was. Yeah. Iditch. Hello. Right. So, why does it think that I'm broadcasting, but TikTok doesn't seem to be showing it? It's definitely sending it, and it's capturing it as a live recording, but not as a broadcast, which is weird. There was another thing there. Let's just try that a minute. Live Creator Hub. Is that where I need to be? No. That just looks like lots of... Okay, maybe what we'll do is we'll just turn that off for now. Something's got through, though. The one that I did at 10 past... 4 seemed to have done something, but I think it's just receiving audio. Bizarre. Right, let me just turn vertical off a second. It's clearly not working. So let's turn TOC off. There we go. And we will ignore that for now. I'll do a separate test at some point. I don't even know if it's worth doing, but might as well test it while we're testing everything else. Doors. Jiggles! White Jiggles! Thank you very much, DJ Dawson. How many years does it say? Is it 6? 5, 6, 7 maybe? 2019, I think, was when I got affiliate. Right, that's turned the vertical off. Doesn't tell us, chat folk. I think it's 6 years. 6 years. 6 good years though, right? Mostly. Oh, right, okay, let's get something done. So, this morning I made a horrible mistake of trying to do a field that I hadn't actually left myself enough time to complete the task. I got talking, you know, I know, what a shocker. And then didn't actually leave myself enough time to do the job, and the contract expired, which felt unfair. But that's just business, right? Actually, I'm not going to fall for that, look. It's what it wants me to do there. Yes, I thought there was. There's a little weight. Let's get that on first. Oh, right. I appear to have driven over the weight for the front of the tractor. Let's just pretend we didn't do that. Just get the weight on first. See, I'm learning things. Getting smarter. I am evolving, you might even say. Perfect. Just business. How are you doing, guys? Saturday afternoon. A bit of chill. Saturday afternoon chill. Right, let's get down onto the road and head to the field. Evolving wouldn't go that far. All right, Jigs. That's fair. That's fair. But let's face it, right? Sometimes it's nice to know things are constant. It's warm in summer. It's cold in winter. And Sutty makes a complete dick out of himself playing video games badly, right? That means the universe is in check. And we're all okay with that. Where's my field? Right, only that first left. Wicked. 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 Jungle is massive. Comms is open, by the way, if anybody fancies a chat whilst I'm farming, even if you don't fancy farming yourself. Oh, what's been clipped? Universe is in check. Thank you. Thank you, Jigs. You are right. We're a little bit... can I say that? We're short on shorts? Because I've not really been doing much clippable content. So keep your eyes peeled for anything. Some of the weirdest stuff has taken off. So even if you're not entirely sure, clip it anyway. I'll take a look at it. You never know. You never know, Pet. Am I still on the right road? I am on the right road. Yes. Let's go, tractor. Tractor of business. I haven't created any specific game enhancements for Farm Sim yet, I don't think, or have I? Did I do a Farm Sim one? I don't think I did. Or did I? No, I did a Roadcraft one. That's right. I haven't done anything specific for that, though. But the jump scares always work. The lighting effects and squeak always work. Just not the game-specific things. Right, the field is up there on the right. I'm not going to mess about this time either. We're going to get straight on with it. Get the full lighting on. Because, like I said this morning, I actually made a complete boo-boo and ended up with a contract expiring, and that was poop. Right, then, let's see if we can deploy this. So unfold it. Oh yeah, did I mention that comms now get jump scares? Did you enjoy that last night, Tone? How did it feel to be me for just one evening? I just want that corner. Oh, he wants the corner, I do. Oh, it's going to take... This is why I messed it up this morning. Do you know what? I'm going to ignore the corner. I'm just going to go. Right, let's get GPS enabled, because that's just how I roll nowadays. Look at this. Let's lock on, and let's go. It was interesting. Not as interesting as the car choices coming up for round 9, Noto. Let's be honest. They are very interesting. Actually, I'm going to turn GPS off for this one. And the only reason I'm going to do that is because it won't want me to do the headland stuff. Why have I... Right, let's try that again. Trying to turn GPS off and I pick the cultivator back up again. I should not be allowed to drive a tractor unattended. Round 9 is indeed going to be fun. Yeah, I'll try not to turn your lights off, Tone, I promise. Can you imagine? Ditch gets the ability to fuck with anybody's home setup based on if they're connected to Discord or not. I would not do that to you, Tone. That is an invasion of privacy. And you definitely didn't sign up for that. Yes, I agree, Jigs. It's why I'm glad I've got Zach in the gut.
Darkness, my old friend.
Right, it's not really darkness in the afternoon, but it still gets the desired effect, doesn't it? Thank you, Ditch. Thank you. Right, we're going to do a couple of rows of headland. I know that's what it's called because Delphic told me. Delphic's quite the farmer, you know. I didn't realise just how much into tractors and stuff he is. I don't know whether he wants that publicising or not, but we're going to do it anyway, aren't we? Because that's just what we do here. He really knows his shit when it comes to farms. Choice of 3 cars. It's crazy. It's going to be crazy, Tone. Part of me thinks I'm just going to go for the MX-5. I did make a little bit of a mess with the bonus points as well. Delphic come on this morning, who usually looks after the spreadsheet for me, and he's like, dude, did we change the way we do bonus points? No. And then I looked at it and thought, shit, I've awarded 2 bonus points to everybody else. That's not what we do, is it? A little kid in that respect, yeah. To be fair, Jigs, most of us are just big man-childs. That's what we are. And farming games and simulator games and shooting games, even driving games to a certain extent, just allow us to express it. So I got bonus points even though I didn't race. Yes, Ditch, you always get bonus points. Would you like to say hello to somebody you've not seen in a while? Would you? Do you want me to see if I can summon somebody beautiful to say hi? Because it might just be that somebody is quietly playing World of Warcraft in the corner of the room. Not a Christmas cactus. More beautiful than a Christmas cactus. Feliz Navidad. Let me see if it works. Hang on. Let me see if I can summon her. Juice. Say hello. Just say hello into the microphone. Say hello.
Hi.
Is that the best you can do?
Yes. Okay. Hi.
Do you want to tell them a grown-up joke?
No.
You've changed. Just leave you alone, you're playing WoW. Right, okay, sorry, I tried, guys. I tried. Right, no, so it wasn't Bron Tone, because Bron, you know, smart as he is, does struggle playing World of Warcraft. She's like, Dad, I'm in the middle of some really serious World of Warcraft business. Leave me the hell alone, please. Maybe I should have gone with the Christmas cactus ditch. I'll remember that for next time.
For juice. Though I now want a better hello.
Oh, Juice. Ditch just sent you £10, but you need to say hello properly. You're just going to sneak on the corner of the camera, just with your big eyes. Just say thank you for the £10.
Thank you.
Do you think you could just put a bit more into it, like sell it? Go on, sell it to him.
Thank you.
That was much better, Juice. That was much better. See? Yeah, teenagers. Exactly, Jigs. Not even a teenager yet, this one. She was playing football this morning. Bullying girls twice the size. Just what happens, right? Thank you very much for that, Ditch. That is very, very kind, mate. Just spun round, put her headphones back on. Back into Azeroth she goes. How's the girls' footy going? Oh, Jigs. So, pre-season's rocking and rolling. We have done our league presentation now, and we're just going to move into our team presentation, which is just us. We've got a bar rented out, having a buffet, having a proper presentation for the girls, giving our trophies out for the team, and then we're going to get people re-signed. We're going to get everything sorted and ordered. I've spoke to the other coaches about the amazing amount of money that we raised, and we're just deciding now how best to spend it. It looks like one of the things we're going to spend it on is actually buying a training kit, so that the girls don't have to use either the home or away kits when we're just training during the week. So instead of it being kind of shorts and a normal football shirt, they kind of go for like the longer leggings, you know, like the Nike skin tight type stuff. I think they're going to be very happy with it. Very, very generous. Made a huge difference to the season. Let's give us the best start. All we've got to do now is go and win Division 1, right? We've got a couple of girls that are trying to sign for us that look very promising. So, yeah, exciting times. Not really doing a very straight job of this field, but I don't really care, if I'm honest. All I want to make sure is that I get paid for it this time. I just hate doing something and then you don't actually get paid. It's ridiculous. No expiry of contracts today. Not going to happen. Yes, exactly. I know, Jigs. I know. As the head of finance for Sooty Incorporated Global Enterprises farming division in all divisions, I just ran out of time, Jigs, and they wouldn't pay me. So I even threatened them with Grizz, but they weren't having any of it. So I just abandoned the tractor in the middle of the field. Thought that'll show them. That'll show them, right? This is not the most symmetrical fettling of a field I've ever done. I'm going to be honest with you. It feels a little wanting, but we're doing all right. It's not the worst field you've ever seen me do. Project coach is officially announced for ETS. Have they given a date, Doors? I'm genuinely excited by that. Because can I let you into a little secret? I mean, there's nobody listening, right? Just between me and you, Doors. When I was a very young boy, and I'm talking kind of 8, 9, I used to be just infatuated with buses. Absolutely enthralled by them. To a point where I used to play being a bus on my bike.
The voice in Sooty's head sings Marvy is a bell end, a bell end, a bell end, Marvy is a bell end, a bell end he is.
Marvy is a bell end, a bell end, a bell end. Marvy is a bell end, a bell end he is. He's a bell end in the morning, a bell end at night. He's the guy that gives you a fright. Don't know where that came from, sorry. So yeah, even when I was on my bike and on the streets of a Yorkshire mining town, I used to pretend that I was a bus, and I'd kind of drive round the local area and just stop at certain points and pretend I was picking passengers up. So it's a fact, absolute fact. Pedro, hello. Are you in a farming mood? Server's open. Let's go. I would try to join on farming, but it won't let me in. Oh no, they're talking about me. Oh no, we best do something about that then. Thanks for letting me know, human person that's definitely not a bot. I don't know if Eli's around, but let's just do... How do we... We'll just delete him for now. I can't remember how you actually... Do you just... Oh, there we go. Press on the button. Let's ban him. Goodbye, person. I did a thing. I did a thing. Seriously, that was me doing that thing. Can't believe they're talking about me on that Discord. I best go and join it immediately. Pedro's in. So basically, Wicked, you just need the password MARV, M-A-R-V, to join the server. You are more than welcome, my friend. It'd be amazing to do some gaming with you, Wicked, after all this time. So, Digicus, talk to me about Division 2 and how we can play together without it ruining the experience for me as a relatively new player with a very low level dude in relation to your Megatropolis character with a gazillion things.
Talk to you, you say?
Oh, here he is. Ditch. Pedro, you've got in-game comms turned on, just letting you know. Don't you be speaking Hollandinese at me. Thank you. Ice, Papa Sut's farm, indeed. Yes, Ditch. So,
Sauce.
Division 2. Sauce? I love hollandaise sauce. Do you, mate?
No.
Oh, I hate it.
We're on the NVIDIA broadcast mic. Okay, right, good. Just checking on the right one. Because I'm in the process of shooting baddies and I don't want to ruin your farming.
That's fine. Something strange is happening to your microphone now. I've just noticed.
Hang on.
Fucking hell. Thanks,
That
Wicked.
might have been the fan that's attached to the microphone stand.
Yeah. Right. Now I can hear you. Sorry, Ditch. Did you just get your own taste of jump scare then, thanks to Wicked?
Yeah, but it wasn't that loud.
No, it's all right. Oh, no. No, they're still talking about me in that Discord. Right. We best go straight there then. You know, Kick's kind of becoming more effort than it's worth, I'm thinking. Goodbye, person. That's definitely not a bot. That's all right, Pedro. I just saw your name pop up with the speaker at the side of it. How are you doing, Ice? So, Ditch, talk to me about Division 2.
Yes.
How can we enjoy it together without you ruining the experience for me? How? How? Talk to me.
I could start a new character and just run with you.
Okay. And one of the things I know that you definitely struggle with when we're playing a game that you've got a lot of experience in and I haven't, sometimes it feels like you get a smidge... Oh, no. Hang on a minute. I'm being talked about in another Discord server. Fuck. Just get that one. Right, Eli's on duty now. Thank you, Eli.
You mean like if you do something stupid, I get a little bit ornery?
Well, not just that, Ditch. It's not just... I think sometimes either I go into 5-year-old mode or you do. It's rare that we're both adults at the same time, I feel.
Right, okay.
And I would love to enjoy Division 2 with you, but I don't want to break the save game progress that I've got with Grizzle. I don't want to bore you to tears with stuff that you've done a gazillion times, and I don't want to learn stuff about the game from somebody who's spent a lot of time playing it. I don't know how we do that without breaking any of those rules.
Right, well, if you play, even if you don't do any new missions, you are going to get increased levels
Yes.
on your main character.
Okay.
So you could start a secondary toon, sure,
Yes.
but the merits in doing that are questionable if you haven't already sort of leveled up to 40,
Got
really.
you. Okay.
You could do that just to play, sure.
Okay.
I can do. I could just basically be sort of shepherd or nanny. In fact, there's a thing in the game called shepherding, where you can put out a call for help for just randos, and randos can join your game and give you a hand.
Right.
So I'm no stranger to just jumping in and giving people a hand with missions that they're in a little bit over their head with.
Okay. But you see, that's the thing. So far, we haven't ended up in a mission that we couldn't actually handle, and it feels quite manageable at the moment. Obviously, I'm no stranger to guided play, because for years I played MMOs where I've been that person. I've been that person in WoW that's kind of been brought in to help somebody get through a dungeon or get through a specific quest or something. But I just don't want to. I want to give chat. The thing that worked really well the last time we played is me and Grizz were fucking clueless. And I think there's a certain... Just run into those whelps. You know it. You know it does. You're not doing any of the new content in WoW. Eli, I am playing the shit out of WoW. I'm just very scared about streaming it. It brings back bad memories for people. Yeah, so I'm happy to kind of give it a go. I know that there's a story that I want to try not to drag on too far. It might be that I rattle the Grizz Monkey's cage and he's actually free, in which case we can all progress. But I'm definitely up for playing some of it because I've enjoyed it, and with the new DLC out and the fact, well, you know, the fact I'm a Ubisoft partner, feels like quite a good fit.
Well, it's good because I don't have to call you a bellend now, because
Right.
having encouraged me back into the division, I've now just completed the season.
Right. Okay, well, you know,
So I've been playing many hours of it.
yes, you can't be cross at an influencer because I've ended up influencing, right? It's just part of the gig. If I pick something up, there's a certain allure to people going, do you know what, I might have a look at that, and then suddenly, oh, right, how do we stop these fucking bots in Kick? Just give me a second. There must be some settings, like Twitch has got, or age of accounts or something. Just a sec, please. Let me just have a little look. Go to there and create a dashboard. That feels like a good place. There must be a moderation type. Please tell me there's like a moderation thing.
I'm not seeing anything in Kick at the moment.
That's because Eli's jumping on a mate as soon as they're appearing.
Okay. So I didn't need to just log in there then.
Oh, hang on a minute. We are on... Right, there's banned words. AI moderation. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll just put that on moderate for now. I don't even know what that does. Let's just save that. See what happens. See if that helps keep the Muppets out. Oh, age of account. Here we go. Right, so if you've had an account for less than a month. Right. I've got a feeling that might work now. Yeah. Right, let's see if that works. Right. Eli's all over it. Right, okie dokie. So. This contract's going to expire again. I'm going to do exactly what I did this morning. I get talking and I get clicking buttons and I don't actually do the job.
There's kind of an interesting place in Division where after you've got to a certain point, you unlock more sort of co-op activities.
Right.
But you have to do like all of the Washington story, I think, to get access to most of those.
Okay.
Which means level 30.
Right. So, are we literally talking then that what we should be doing is trying to... So if you grab a newish character and redo the story with me and the Grizzle as we go, once we get to a certain point, we'll then be able to kind of do stuff that isn't pure story, but is more grindy kind of activity. A bit like I'm doing in the farm now.
Yeah, there's lots of different modes. So, for example, I bring the list of stuff up. Oh, there's also two tiers to the story as well. There's the add-on areas. Additional outside areas. There's the 2 expansion packs.
Yeah.
Then there's stuff like the Descent, which is a mode where it strips everybody of all their levels and gear and stuff like that, and you basically play as new.
Ooh, I like that.
There's what mode's that one called? There's Countdown, which is a co-op thing.
Yeah.
There's the Summit, which is basically like the raid. It starts working through the tower, clearing the tower as we go up.
And in terms of number of players, how many players do we need for a raid?
I don't know. This isn't a raid. It's like the raid, the film.
Right. Okay. So we can do it with 3.
Yeah. I mean, I do it solo a lot. One of the weekly tasks is, clear so many floors of the summit and get a reward. So
I see what you're saying.
So basically, as like a grindy type thing, you can do that.
Yeah.
There's also raids as well. There's 2 different raids that you can do. I've only ever done one of those and was carried because it requires 8 people, I think it is.
Right. Okay.
And it generally helps if you know what you're doing.
Yes.
So if we can get enough people together, we could do that as well.
But
there's also as well.
Yeah.
There's also the Dark Zone as well, which is like the PvP area. Well, so PvE VP area, I would say.
Okay.
So you can't kill other players in most of the map, but in the Dark Zone, PvP is enabled.
Okay.
So you can run around doing the usual PvE content, but if you come across other players, they might either help you or try to kill you.
Right. Okay. That sounds like there's potential for frustration there.
It's not a lot of fun solo because you'll get ganged up and ganked quite a lot.
Yeah.
Depending on what's going on. Also, as well, any gear you pick up in there has to be extracted rather than just taken out with you, so you can get robbed as well.
Right. Interesting. So a bit like an extractor, basically. Is that right?
It's fun, but going in there solo is fraught with difficulty. So if you can go in as a team, it helps.
Okay.
But again, that's not something you'll unlock until sort of level 30ish anyway.
No.
But there's plenty of stuff you can do, sure.
Okay.
I mean, if I was to start another tune at the moment, I mean, eventually it would be a useful mule, but it's not benefiting me as much as it used to benefit because
they tuned it out basically.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've heard of something called watch levels.
Nope.
Right. So it's equivalent of like Diablo 3's Paragon system.
Right. Okay.
So basically, after you get to like max level, you get like
prestige levels basically.
Prestige, yeah, it's sort of prestige levels, and so you basically get bonuses for unlocking certain bits and pieces, and it takes you 800. No, is it 800? Yeah, 800 watch levels to unlock everything. So you get like an extra 10% rate of fire, an extra 10% accuracy, an extra 10% resistance to hazards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like major game-breaking stuff, but it all helps.
Yes. And when you unlock those watch levels on your main, do those bonuses go down to all your characters then?
Yes, but you have to assign them. But yes, this they do.
Interesting. Okay.
But you only get the watch levels after you've unlocked the watch.
Yeah.
So you don't get the watch until level 30. So I wouldn't have the watch levels on my level 1 character, for example.
Gotcha.
Not that it'll make a huge difference. One of the things you used to be able to do was that although the watch level would be common across your account, what you spent them on isn't, or wasn't.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there used to be No, it's not a scam, but let's say it was an interpretation of gameplay whereby what you do is you start a new character, get up to level 40, and then you would spend the excess watch levels above 800 on getting extra supplies, so crafting materials.
Right.
And because you could do that every time you got a character to 40,
Yeah.
you almost had, as long as you were prepared to grind characters to 40, an unlimited supply of crafting materials.
Gotcha. So basically,
and-
min-maxing the system to benefit your account using mules.
Yes, they've patched that out now, so that you can't go and get the extra materials from getting to level 40. So the only real benefit now is mules.
Right. Okay. Okay. So it sounds like there's lots and lots for us to tackle. Have you actually bought the Brooklyn DLC yet?
I'm about 2/3 through it.
Right. Okay. Because that'd have been something good that we could have done for the first time together, I suppose. But you're an impatient fucker, as I've noticed.
Well, you'd stop playing, so...
What do you mean stopped? Look, there's only so many nights, right? So many
Exactly,
nights.
yeah. But I don't play farming, so
No.
I thought, well, I'll play Division.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, mate. Well,
It's going to be a long time before you get there anyway.
as it turns out, I don't play farming so much either. I just drag this thing around until everything that's light brown turns into dark brown. Yeah, switch on to days. Do you know what, Dawes? If you guys could cover my salary every month, right, I would love to. Thanks.
I can't do that,
no.
sorry.
That's a bit. I know it's a bit of a stretch, Ditch. It's a bit of a stretch. It's fine. One day, maybe. Who knows? Maybe a retirement plan. Right, we're nearly done making an absolute mess of this field.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to retire.
Oh no, we're good. We're good. I thought for a second then. that had expired again, but it hasn't. It's actually completed. We have collected the pennies. Nice. Right, let's have a look what else we got. Not fertilizing, not harvesting. Let's do some mowing. Yes. Field 11. Mowing. Go on then. Ooh, hang on. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Mow some grass. Dallas, baby. How you doing, dude? Thanks. 6 long, happy-ish years, Dallas. Imagine. Right. So I need to go back to the shop. I need to get some things. Right, so one of these goes on the front of the tractor. I think it's that one. Are there 2 DLCs for Division? I don't know. Ditch is your man for that, mate. Are there 2 DLCs?
Yes. Yeah, there's New York and Brooklyn.
Right, okay.
So New York takes the level cap from 30 to 40, and then Brooklyn doesn't change the level cap, but it's a new area to explore with a new sort of storyline. Also, as well, you get manhunts, so seasonal manhunts. So they advance the story as well. So
Interesting.
you'd be redoing sort of, redoing missions, not quite. You're basically going through the same mission areas that you've been through before, but there'll be different people in there to kill, and you'll be doing different stuff.
Yeah. I get you. So, hypothetically speaking, then, Ditch, without any commitment whatsoever, what does your schedule, calendar, book, black diary thing look like for this evening? Asking for a friend.
I'm free this evening.
Okay. So if I check with HQ to make sure that there is nothing happening that I'm not aware of, and that the girls are all busy doing things, and I can summon a Grizzle. Now, Driz can sometimes be occupied on a Saturday, because I know that's movie night for him and the missus, sometimes. But we might be able to get a few of us together. Eli, are you in a position to play? Have we got any more that we could get in? Because bigger the party, more the fun, right? Pedro! It's a Pedro tractor! I've lost my field. Up to the top and right. Easy.
Nope.
Oh, no,
Where
no.
do I need to get to with a new character then, so that I've caught up with where you and Grizz are?
So I will find that very hard to explain. All I know is we have basically just killed the second boss person. So there was a first one that had a minigun in a hotel somewhere, which we breezed through. And then the second one that we killed was some arsehole with a sniper rifle. That was a bit more tricky, but we got through that as well. And then that's it.
Which order the mission's going? Can you remember what level you are?
No. Don't know, mate. Genuinely don't
Alright,
know.
I will guess
Five-ish?
then and try and get close.
Maybe 5. I know there was a bit of confusion with the levels because somebody thought Eli could be up for that tonight. Brilliant. All right, so that's potentially a team of 4. Are you new to the game as well, Eli? Or are you some kind of ninja black belt like Ditch?
Got myself as a ninja black belt. I've just done a lot of grinding.
Ditch. That's lowered. Turn on. Need to be in the right field first.
We're at a new agent then. Because I've got the DLCs, I can actually jump all the way to level 40 straight away, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
It seems a bit silly.
I max level unlocked everything. Oh. Are you really though, Eli? Be honest with us. Come on, stop messing. Using GPS is so handy. It really is, Pedro. Right. Turn on mower. Need to unfold. Ah, look, it's unfolding.
You get to pick your character, what the character looks like to start with, but since you end up sort of gearing up, you never actually see them anyway.
No. Turn on mower. Have you got to turn front and back on? I've got a feeling you've got to turn front and back on there. Oh, here we go. Pedro almost has to do nothing. He's just happy sat in his tractor eating his sandwiches.
I can change my eyebrow height. That's interesting. How long did you... Oh, that one makes me look like Wayne Rooney. Been ages since I played this.
Yes. I am loving, absolutely loving our Division conversation. That can, just on behalf of audiences everywhere, can we just keep it on tractors,
Army.
please? Thanks.
Yes. Massey Ferguson? Or
Yes.
That's about it. I don't know.
Yes, I think John Deere for the win. This is a fast mower. Fast mower. Look at this. Going to be mowed in no time. I love mowing grass. If only there was a game where you could simulate mowing. But if you have smashed the game already, Eli, then the same thing will apply. Because I know Taylor's up for it as well. Taylor's got exactly the same challenge where you're all miles ahead of me and Grizz. And I don't want it to just be a face roll. I want there to be some danger there, some excitement, something that chat can get behind. World, good evening. How are you doing, my friend?
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, that's governed by gear anyway.
Yes. And level.
But we're not talking about that
No,
because
no,
it's not farming.
tractors, farming, manure. Just got in from work. How's your day been, World? You're such a grafter, lad. Very proud of you for all the hard work you do. I really am. Not like us office desk poncers. Can you use the word ponce anymore?
Yeah.
Feels like that's maybe one that you shouldn't. Perhaps, I don't know. I don't mean it.
It's not as bad as it's not as bad as the one that rhymes with it.
No. No. Oh, the one that I thought for years meant using your brain. No, Sutty. Sutty, that would be bonds. Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, Jakes. People keep... Do you know what Delphic was trying to convince me to do the other day? He was trying to convince me to go and get a GoPro or some wireless camera and basically find a way to chat to you while I'm cutting my lawn. I'm not completely opposed to the idea, I've just got to work out the technology. I think I've found a way to make the iPhone work as a Wi-Fi camera.
You know, I would have thought that you would have been an Android chap, personally.
Really? Nah, not me, mate. I've been Apple since day one.
So
Absolutely.
you were wrong on it.
Well, yeah, I think some people would say that. For years, I was heavily into the kind of Apple ecosystem for everything. My media streaming devices were Apple TVs. And I still maintain nothing even comes close to the quality you get on an Apple TV. It's just that they are not as, how can I say this without breaking the law, not as customizable as the Amazon range.
Yeah, I mean, Android is very customizable.
Yes. But my experience of Android phones, admittedly, the last time I tried one was maybe 5-6 years ago. And Apple, the combination of the Apple Watch and the Apple phone is just hard to ignore. Especially when you use a service like Music Magpie where you can lease equipment instead of buying it. That's really spicy.
Okay. I always buy outright on phones and stuff,
Yes.
but
And I
I don't buy top end. I tend to buy sort of one down.
Yeah. Pedro
And
with the
also as
lotto win
well-
as well. Nice, nice.
I'll
Yep.
also buy lightly used as well quite often.
Yes. So what's quite nice with the Music Magpie stuff is they're all graded in terms of, you know, pristine, very good, average through to even
Yeah.
poor quality. And what's quite clever is if you buy something that's kind of okay, it might have a few surface scratches, it might have nothing that hurts the function of the device, but it just means that when you come to trade it back in, if you've added a few little bumps and bangs, which, let's face it, both me, the kids and Zach will do, because you use phones daily, there's no grief. It's like handing back a lease car that they've accepted is going to be a bit more bashed. And I think we end up, for an entire family of people that have kind of, we're not at the latest level, you know, we have like watches. Me and Munch have got watches that are maybe 2 years old. The phones are maybe 3-4 years old. I think we pay about 60 quid a month for all of it. And that gets renewed every year with something that's a bit newer. So you kind of follow that. You kind of follow that pattern. And I know that's, when you think of it, that's 800 quid a year. But that 800 quid is not going to buy us four really good quality phones and 2 Apple Watches. So it kind of works. Hi, Mike. I've never got into the kind of tribal side of Android versus Apple, though. I just really like the Apple phone and the Apple Watch. And I don't really care what other people do. That's up to them.
I suppose, in fairness, I've never actually dabbled with it too much. I've always been somebody who likes to sort of customise and tweak stuff, and
Yes.
when Android came along when I was first getting smartphones, it just seemed a natural fit.
Yes. And I think that's how it happens, isn't it? I mean, my first smartphone was it was something on the Orange network. I think it was did Scion make something? Palm OS. What was that? Who made Palm OS?
I can't remember now.
It was like it was a phone with a proper keyboard on it that was on the Orange network, and I quite liked that for a while. And then I ended up buying the first, albeit the second, iPhone, and just never changed. There have been times where, you know, I've worked at a company and they've given me an Android device, and I kind of look at it and go, I'll just forward me calls, thanks. No, it wasn't a BlackBerry, Pedro. I have had BlackBerries in the past, and they've been horrible things. I can't remember it. I think it was Scion. I had a Windows phone for a while I was in Australia. I suppose when you're working for Microsoft, you've kind of got to.
Now, I actually really like the Windows phone. I've
Windows
actually still got
phone.
one.
Was superb, and I think Dawes agrees. I think Dawes has said before, probably the best phone UI ever made.
Yeah, I really liked it. In fact, I've still got an old handset kicking about with Windows Phone on it.
Yeah.
I don't use it, but I keep it as a potential. I mean, even though it's dead, I liked it that much that I've kept it as a backup.
That's impressive. Yeah, it's funny how you know, everybody's got a story for how they ended up in a certain.
I can see if
technical-
you're on like an iPod before sort of smartphones came along, you're already in the Apple system, weren't you?
Yes, yeah, and you see, I never was. I've never owned an iPod. Never had one.
Okay. Okay. See, I would have assumed that was your entry.
No.
And I'm not going to say necessarily your age, but you know, your vintage, shall we say?
Sure. It was the iPhone. The iPhone was the very first Apple device I ever had. And then after that, I ended up with. I kind of got into the iTunes ecosystem. And I wrote a lot of guides back in the day for how to, shall we say, back up your movie collection into your iTunes database and streaming server. And then once I started looking at Apple TV as a hardware device for streaming services, particularly Plex, I stayed on that even to a few years ago. And the only reason I moved away from it was basically just not being able to customize the kind of tools that I can put on there. But as a streaming device goes, I challenge anybody to come up with a device for a similar amount of money that outstrips the 4K Apple TV for performance on streaming either your own media if you've got the right setup, or iTunes and Netflix and Prime. It is just unbelievable.
I actually like. I recently bought a Fire Cube.
Yeah, that's what I've got the latest Fire Cube. That's what we use in the living room, and it's good.
Yeah.
But let's say that I rate that Fire Cube an 8 out of 10. The Apple TV is a 12 out of 10, just based on quality.
The nice thing for me about it is that it gives me the opportunity to take it over to a mate's house and watch my library there without pissing about with lots of stuff.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's down to your serving system, isn't it? I mean, for my home media, I use Plex exclusively, and that basically allows me to stream into my network from anywhere with the Web 2.0 type client. A lot of people talk about Chromecast Tone. My experience of those, again, wasn't particularly great. I got one to try one and always felt it was a little bit flaky. I had Roku for a while. Roku used to work really well. I had those while I were in the States. But the Fire Cube does its job. And it's quite a nice thing, especially if you're already into the Amazon home automation ecosystem, which we are. In fact, I think it's probably safe to say that nowadays, for the majority of our stuff, we are more Amazon than I am Apple. It's just that the phone and the watches have stuck. Everything else is kind of Amazon stuff. Doorbell,
But I find
home automation.
having got
type
sort of
things.
Android and stuff like that rather than sort of into Apple, you've got a bit more opportunity to sort of pick and choose which services you use for things. So
Yes.
most of the films at the moment I'm using Prime, but I'm using Qobuz for music at the moment.
Right, okay.
So
I don't-
movies, Amazon, Qobuz for music. That's a sort of high bitrate streamer.
Yeah,
So it's like the equivalent of Spotify, but better quality.
nice. So all we have we have Prime, and I pay extra for Prime Plus, wherever it is, that cuts out the adverts. I think that's good value, personally. We have Amazon Music Unlimited Family Plan, because it just works for what we need. Kids have got it on their Echo devices around the house, and it knows us. It uses voice recognition to play each other's playlists and stuff. Quite like that.
I thought sort of family iTunes would have been a good shout though, potentially. But
We don't have the... What is the Apple equivalent of home automation?
I don't know. I haven't dabbled with it.
I don't know. Just Echo devices are just incredible. We have Echo Show devices in the bedrooms as kind of alarm clocks and stuff. We have Echo Dots in other places. We even got one in the shed that plays music into the garden when we want it to. Such a good tool. And then Amazon Music and stuff just fits so nicely with it all. Oh.
So, have you heard any clicky
No.
nonsense?
It's perfect, Ditch. Your audio is absolutely amazing. The true test will be when we jump into Phasmo,
Oh yeah.
because that will turn off the Discord suppression. If you want to test it while we're here now, you could just go into Discord and turn audio suppression off, which I've done so that the jump scares come through. Otherwise, it cancels them out. Pedro's nailing a fair few bits of income as well. This is brilliant. I don't want to fertilise. I'm going to do some more mowing. I really enjoy mowing. I think that's okay, isn't it? It's okay to enjoy being a mower.
Not something I've ever enjoyed personally.
No. Apple phone can be your alarm clock, clock radio, put it on power, put it on its... Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think the thing is, though, World, I know this sounds stupid because I do use phones for different things, but I like specific devices for specific jobs. I like the fact that the Amazon stuff is just set up and forget. I know there's all the worry about recorded conversations and privacy and stuff, but let's face it, if anything's got a microchip in it nowadays, I don't give a shit what it is, you're at risk anyway. It's just that Amazon are a bit more upfront with it all.
One of the reasons why I'd leaned into Android as well is because I really like sort of Gmail, and I got heavily into the Google ecosystem for Google Docs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I did my writing.
Right. See, I've used Google Docs for specific jobs. Like, we use it quite often when we're doing the stream. All the stream spreadsheets and stuff are done in Google Docs.
Yeah.
Because they're so portable. But I'm very much a Microsoft person in terms of Office 365. So that's never been a draw either for me.
I've moved away a little bit now, so I mean I do both. I've actually probably moved a little bit more into the Office 365 than the Google Docs, but at the time the Google Docs, for the sort of ease of sharing with people and stuff like that, was just top nailed on the best.
That's
available.
what makes it nice. It's like when if I'm building shit, not building shit. If I'm ever doing anything for the football team and I need to share a document, so for example, I created a rotor for a 3G pitch that we manage, and I put it straight into Google Docs because you do it once and it's done.
Yeah,
and that's quite a cool feeling. Right, 45. How do we get there? Down. Oh, it's ferry. We're going on the ferry ditch. Sorry, got excited.
different things are enjoyable at different stages of your life. So a nice cup of tea and a sit down. It's nice now. I like that.
Yes, amen, brother. In fact, that's pretty much streaming for me now. I just get to do it with an audience and a game on. Nice cuppa and a biscuit. Oh, right, ditch. So I'm presuming I'm talking to a fellow biscuit connoisseur.
Now you see, it's funny you should say that.
Okay.
Because of course I did mention in Wellbeing that I've given biscuits up, didn't I?
Right. So you don't want me to start talking about biscuits right now?
I know, but and you see, the interesting thing is, as I suggested,
yes,
indifferent to them now.
So we can talk about biscuits, and I'm not going to ruin your right. Okay. So Zach brought. Right, here's the thing. You know how you said you get to a certain point in your life and certain things are appealing? Do you know what's really appealing to me at the moment? And has been, I don't know if this is the Yorkshire person in me or my age. Saving money. Oh my God, I love it. I love saving money. So when Zach brings a packet of Temu biscuits back from Asda that have cost half the price of a packet of Hobnobs, and they taste just like Hobnobs, I'm like,
Now,
that's a win.
there's two levels to that, and
Okay.
I'm with you on one of them, and potentially not necessarily on the second one yet.
Okay.
And that is brand snobbery.
Right, okay.
So once upon a time, it
Yeah.
would have been a case of, oh, it's got to be Heinz baked beans, or it's got to be McVitie's digestives and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
And I'm completely beyond all that nonsense now.
Nice.
But I don't mind spending. If it's nice and I feel it's worthwhile, I don't mind spending.
Yes. So here's the thing, right? I've always had that. Do not bring me red sauce, tomato sauce that isn't Heinz. Don't ever do that. Because I've never found anything that tastes quite like it. But when I tried these biscuits, Ditch, I could have literally had them on a plate in front of me and not known that they weren't Hobnobs. And they cost half the price. And I'm a fucking idiot. Do you know why, Ditch? During my week of watching what I eat, I consumed an entire packet in 30 minutes.
Easily done.
Yeah, so that was bad. I'm not looking forward to the weigh-in in the morning. Having gone £7 week one, I may have put some of that back on this week. But do you know what? Sometimes life dictates that a nice little snack on something to help with your mental well-being is worth the extra work you're going to have to put in the week after, right?
Sometimes life gives you biscuits.
Oh, mate, that needs to be a thing. I like that. Sometimes life just gives you biscuits. Tone says, I like theirs and Lidl's take on Pringles. Right. Let's not turn this into a what food should we tempt Sutty with now, please, because I'm not as resolute as Ditch, I don't think.
Well, it's once you get past the sort of the difficulty hump of it, you're fine.
Right.
Well, I tell you how it's funny it worked out is that I've learned just how much of my sort of hunger and eating was just habit.
Yes.
Because there was time where I just felt hungry, just at a normal sort of particular time, just presumably because I was expecting to eat, and that's kind of gone away now.
Yeah. That's good.
To give you an extreme example of that, there was one day in the week where it got to 9 o'clock and I thought, I haven't eaten anything yet today. And that wasn't because I'd been starving myself. That was genuinely, I hadn't got round to it. I hadn't thought about it.
Yeah. To be honest, Jigs, I think most people are still struggling with the Jaffa Cake biscuit question because I put it on YouTube. We've had 10 votes and it's 50-50. So I don't think it's an easy answer.
It is an easy answer. There is only one answer, and anyone who gives the wrong answer is just wrong.
Okay. And what is that in your opinion, Ditch?
They're cakes.
Right.
There's multiple reasons for it. I mean,
Okay.
the most obvious one is it's in the name.
Yes.
The second reason is that they follow the trend of the way to identify the difference between a biscuit and a cake is one goes hard when it gets stale, the other one goes soft when it gets
Yes.
stale.
I see what you're saying. I do exactly see what you're saying. But I still don't think it's a straightforward. Do you know what my answer is, Ditch? And it's quite a controversial one, and we might even fall out over this, but I'm prepared for it. And I know how to get back into your good graces should I need to. Would you like to hear my answer?
Well, then,
Don't give a fuck.
you probably should, because
Okay.
do you know that if they were classified as chocolate biscuits, they would cost more, don't you?
Right, so that is now infringing on what we've already established, two of my new favourite things in the world, so I'm going to go down the cake route.
Yes, because chocolate biscuits are considered a luxury item,
Right.
and therefore, if they were biscuits, they would cost more because they,
Sure.
they would incur the duty.
Whereas cake's just considered something that everybody in the world can eat and afford.
Yep.
Interesting. But yeah, so we've got a poll running on YouTube, guys. If you wanna vent your opinion, feel free. I've got a feeling as well, I clicked a button the other day. I know this is dangerous, right, Ditch, but I clicked a button the other day that I don't actually know what it does, and I'm just waiting to see what the impact is. I have opened up my YouTube community so anybody can post, and that feels kind of dangerous. And I don't just mean reply.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that if you went to my YouTube community right now, Ditch, you could actually post your own things, like a chat channel.
Ooh.
Don't
I
tell
won't,
Fifi.
but do.
I know. So I think that's a good way to get engagement, apart from when that engagement is, hey, they're talking about you on this Discord server. They've got pictures. It's like, well, okay. I hope it's a good one. I hope I'm smiling. I think we've had this music on already. Should we put some more different music on? What kind of music would you like on, Ditch? I'm not sure if you're listening to it, but what would you like?
No, because I've got the stream turned down, so it's not going to make any odds for me.
So, how about acoustic chill radio? That sounds good. Let's just
Cool.
chill it out a bit. It's a Saturday afternoon, isn't it?
Hey, do you want to know something that I've got back into recently? Which
yes, please,
it's
Ditch.
kind of weird that I kind of dropped the habit, but
Okay.
makes a bit more
Fuck!
sense in the ADHD
No.
world.
Right. Just stop a minute, Ditch. Wicked. There's two reasons that jump scare are not nice. One is, it's fucking horrible.
Wicked! Jungle is
The other one
massive.
is, Juice is actually sat on my left-hand side and that went into my left ear. Literally thought she was asking me something then. Fuck's sake. Guys, come on. Sorry, Ditch, what were you saying?
Reading.
Right, okay, that's interesting. Do your eyes still work well enough to read? Mine don't.
Yeah. I do wear glasses, though.
Right, okay. So, if I did, it probably would. My eyes have got much worse over the last 12 months where I have to kind of hold things away from me to see them. Reading's still okay, I'll be honest. It's like if I need to read some really small print on something, I need to borrow some of Zach's reading glasses.
You really should go and get your eyes checked then. When was the last time you went to an optician?
Oh, mate, no. My eyes are fine. All the optician's telling me is you could do with some reading glasses. And I'm like, right, okay.
Right.
Here, have some £90. No, I'm all right. I'll have some of these 50 pence ones from the market, please. They do exactly what I need them to do. Thank you. And they kind of go,
My dad.
yeah, that's fair. They tried to convince me to get some bifocals. I'm like, why would I need bifocals? Well, because it's convenient. I says, how is it convenient? I says, right, can I just check something? They went, yeah, this young, right, okay, it was from a certain nationality that I consider being quite chavvy when it comes to selling stuff down at the market. That's all I'm going to say. And he says to me, he says, right, you need to get yourself some bifocals. I says, why? He says, because they'll be really convenient. I says, right, so what you're telling me is there's nothing wrong with my vision. Yeah. But you could do with something for reading. So you're telling me that in this bifocal lens, the top portion will just be clear glass? Yes. Fuck off. Shut up. I said, you literally won't be looking through a lens all day, just on the off chance I want to look down and read something of tiny print. I had no idea that reading glasses are a standard thing. It's literally a magnified lens of very slight proportion that sits on the end of your nose. And you can walk into a supermarket, grab some reading glasses, and the chances are they will be just fine for when you need them.
Probably shouldn't tell you how much I spent on my glasses then, should I?
Are they just reading glasses, or do you wear glasses?
I'm quite long-sighted these days, and so I wear them all day for computer work.
Right, okay, so that's different, right?
I can read and see without them. It's just that I will end up giving myself a headache. So
Okay. So my eyesight, sitting at a screen, driving, reading a number plate from 80 yards away, whatever it is absolutely fine. The only thing I struggle with is if I've got some tiny, tiny print. And for that, reading glasses just work. It's because they're a fixed focal length, aren't they? Reading glasses. They're not complicated at all. And I didn't know this. Zach told me this. She's had glasses for years. And she's never spent money on reading glasses. She wears normal glasses and contacts normally. Just enhance it with your phone camera. See, now, Eli, we're back to using things for more than one purpose. You've broke rule number 1. But yes, so if I had that challenge ditch where I was actually getting eye strain or headaches from long-sighted, I would absolutely spend good money on good glasses. I do not judge you for that in the slightest, pal. You've got to look after yourself.
Just spend though, do you?
Well, I know that you have expensive taste, and you're not bad off. So, 800 quid for a pair, maybe.
Close. It was just under that, but yes.
Yeah.
So it was in the frames, so it's going to sound very sort of posh nonsense.
Okay.
Japanese titanium frames, but the thing with them is that I genuinely forget I'm wearing them at times.
And that's important, isn't it?
And that is the mark of a pair of glasses that you can wear all day to me.
Yes. One of my very close friends has had glasses all of his life, and he had some of these foldable glasses. I don't mean the ones that come out of a little pouch. I mean the ones that you can literally scrunch up in your hand and they spring back into shape. And they changed his life as a teacher because he was no longer worried about them getting crushed, getting broke. He paid a fair bit for them, but I think that's fine, right? If you're going to go and spend $2,000 on a TV, I think it's okay to spend 800 quid on a good pair of glasses so you can see your TV.
It's a quality of life thing to me.
Of course
it's,
it is.
It's worthwhile investing in making your overall life better.
Yeah.
As my father would say, there's things you spend money on and there's things you don't spend money on. You
Yes.
buy a cheap hammer and an expensive screwdriver.
Yes, I like that. So, I've been talking to Zach about getting her eyes lasered, World, and she's just not interested, and it's not my business. I think if my eyes started to go, that's the route I'd go. I'd rather not have to worry about putting things in my eyes every day or balancing them on my nose. I've actually got some VDU glasses here somewhere that I had from when I was at college because I was burning the candle at both ends and I was starting to get headaches and stuff, but that turned out it was a combination of lack of sleep and a caffeine addiction.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I've got the blue light tint on mine as well, which actually
Yes.
helps with extended.
I think sometimes that the value in our little gang isn't necessarily around games. It's about a gang of people doing the very fucking best they can to get through life and sharing that experience with each other. I love that. I do love that side of this community.
It's I've become a lot less precious about stuff as I've got older.
Yes.
Once upon a time, I would have considered it like a sign of weakness to wear glasses and stuff like that. But it's now just a case of you just have to put up with this shit and move on.
Yes, exactly. One of the things that I've been trying for years to kind of help the girls understand is that for me there are 3 phases in your life. There's when you're young and carefree and literally don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks. Then there's the middle bit where you do, and then at some point when you get older, you get back to not giving a shit again. And if only more young people could get past that middle stage faster and get to actually not caring what people say or think, I think the world would be a much, much better place. Because there'd be no room for bullies, there'd be no room for prejudice. People would just get on with it and not give a shit.
It is part of the process of growing up, though, because seeking acceptance from your peers is part of a growing up phase.
Of course it is.
So the inevitability of wanting sort of acceptance for your choices is actually all part of the growing up process.
Yeah. I agree, mate. It's just, I think the sooner you can get through that and understand why it doesn't matter, the better. But it's a really hard lesson to learn, and you need experience. It's one of those things, isn't it, about one of the most truest phrases I've ever heard. I can't remember who quoted it, but that youth is wasted on the young. It's a very good saying, that.
What is it?
because-
It's the old, isn't it? You don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Yes. Oh, mate. Talking to...
Pay paradise and put up a parking lot.
we were watching Juice play football this morning. The other coaches ran the training session for my team, and I got to see Juice play this morning. I was talking to a younger guy who was into football and stuff,
Yeah.
and he was asking me about kind of coaching advice and stuff. He's just started with a younger team, and he wanted to know if I had one tip for an up and coming football coach, what would it be? And do you know what my answer was? Look after your own fucking knees. That's my advice. Whatever you do in this world, protect your knees. Because once they're gone, it is hard. Everything becomes harder. I made one mistake 6 years ago, and I'm going to pay for it for the rest of my goddamn life.
I would say it's not just the knees. That's actually true of so many things. Protect your eyes, protect your back as well, because I remember being told when I was little, like, you know, don't look at the sun.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, whatever, yeah, okay. But as an adult, you think, yeah, well, it's fucking obvious, don't do that.
And at the time, you were like, what are these grown-ups trying to hide from me? What is in the sun that I'm not supposed to see?
Yeah. And so I remember, like, you know, even at the time, sort of relatively cheap sunglasses, going like, yeah, I can look at the sun with the sunglasses on. And I don't know if I did any damage to my eyes then or not, but I look back at it now thinking, yeah, you're an idiot.
Oh, mate.
That was just stupid.
Love it.
But talking about sort of the brand awareness thing, I remember having a conversation with my dad, and it's one that sticks in my memory. He'd bought himself some trainers, I think it was some Tesco or something like that, and I actually quite like the look of them.
Yes.
And I told him that, and he said, well, why don't when you get yourself a pair? Then I said, I can't because of the brand.
Yeah.
So he said, what are you talking about?
Fuck. Thanks, Wicked. Jesus Christ.
That was just the thing.
Yeah, and it's such a true thing, isn't it? It really is. Oh, good effort, Wicked. Good effort. This is probably... I'm hoping I can just do this entire field with this one truck, because if I need to come back for the trailer, Pedro delivered it to me last time, and I didn't need it, which was good, but if I need it again, we're getting closer on that tune.
Squeak
engaged.
Oh, now we're squeaking. We are squeaking. I am driving a tractor.
It'd be fun if you could put the squeak over comms.
I can actually, mate. And I used to. Maybe, should that be a thing when it's squeak?
Do you need me and comms squeaked?
I don't know, maybe.
I think so. Clip that squeak. Yes, please. Okay. Hang on a minute. Hang on. That shouldn't be as complicated as it sounds. Just 1 minute. Let me see if I can do that while I remember. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. So, let me just go into studio mode. Let's go down to the audio. Go on to filters. Copy the squeak filter. Back onto comms. Let me just paste filter. Filters. Paste. So squeak is there. Right, Ditch, can you just talk to the audience for me a minute, mate? Just see if we get a good response to you being squeaked.
Hello, you sexy people.
So if you're being squeaked, why have you suddenly started talking like Barry White?
Sorry, hello, you sexy people.
That's better. Does that sound okay? Is Ditch being squeaked right now? Pretend you are the...
No, Barry White would sound like squeak, though.
Right, okay. So, that is you being squeaked. So all I have to do now is just edit the command. 1
Correct,
second.
repeat, squeak.
I'm just going to leave you on squeak now for the rest of the day anyway, Didge. Right, let me turn that off. Hang on a minute. Let's just turn squeak back off. Right, you are unsqueaked, my friend. So if I go down...
Did you put like a Barry White filter on there as well, so we all sound like...
I used to have Demon. Do you remember the Demon one that made me really deep?
Yes.
That could be another thing. Just stick that into feedback. That'll take a bit more messing about with. But this should be quite easy. Streamer stuff. 1 second. I'll call it squeak. I did. Chat message. So I'll change the message to Sooty and comms. Enjoy. Okay. And then we'll basically just duplicate the action. We'll put that in there. We change the source to comms. Save that. I think it's called comms. Let me just confirm. It is called comms. Right, so hopefully the next time the squeak command goes off, that should squeak both of us. As in me and comms. Right, let's
Just jump into here.
Squeak engaged.
Fucking hell, we're straight in. So, Ditch, how's your day been going, my friend? It's been interesting. I've been to the optician with a mate, just hoping to get some glasses. Nice, nice. Popped over to see the family. Right, okay. And how are the rest of the Smurfs? And now I'm shooting some baddies.
Right. So basically, a good Saturday.
Yeah.
Right. Chat, can we just confirm that that did, in fact, squeak both of us? And once we have confirmed it has squeaked both of us, which I'm sure it must have done. It did. Yes, it did. Right, okay. Can confirm. Because it's...
Now move.
Squeak engaged.
Fucking hell, we've been double squeaked, Ditch. I was just about to say, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make it 60 seconds. I'm gonna take it up from 20 seconds to a minute. You get a whole minute's worth of squeak. This one might not, but the next one will. Do you ever go double squeak though? That is the question.
Right. I don't know how double squeak will work, because I think that means that only dogs can hear us. But...
Hello, Bronson.
Yeah. Badger, how you doing, my friend? I think...
And back on the background chicken, you sir.
I'm just going to take a quick break. I'll be back in a sec.
Good job you put the handbrake on, because otherwise you'd have been very wet.
There you go. Sorry, so I've been messing with OBS because I've been trying to broadcast vertical at the same time. And it's causing a few challenges, but we should be okay now.
I think chat could still hear me though, because in the background I heard something squeaking.
Yes. No, it's okay. It basically it left the audio on, but it shifted the main scene. You can literally link vertical scenes so that when you change your main scene, it moves the vertical one over as well. So we're good. I mean, I tell you what we could do. I mean, probably creates better content than farming, to be honest. I'll show you what this filter's capable of. Because the squeak filter is literally a real-time microphone filter that just runs over the audio as it comes through. So there are ways. So if I went onto my mic now, so if I go to, I'll go into studio mode. If I go to my mic filters, make a copy of squeak, and we'll call it.
Are we getting dangerously close to tutorial video territory?
Well, apart from the fact I'm not showing anybody how to do it. Let's have a look. Squeak. I'll put it back as demon. I mean, we'll call it that. I'm just going to demonstrate it. So as soon as I turn this on, I will go straight to squeaking.
Here you go. Can you confirm that I am now squeaking, please? In Discord? No, you won't hear it. It's only going out on the, we call it squeak or deepen. Maybe. But can you confirm that I am actually squeaking right now? I should be, because it's just a copy of the filter I've turned on. In fact, if I go to, I am on it, right, so if I go to my mic, this is going to be quite confusing for me for a second, because I'm basically going to monitor my own microphone. So if I go monitor and output, right, so I can hear my own voice now. That's beautiful. Right, so I can adjust the pitch. So as well as put it up, I can do this.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Welcome. Hello? 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 Hello?
Yo!
Hello? 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 Welcome. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. See, that's too much. Hey, baby. Hello. Bring the overlap down a little bit. Hello. So, how does that sound? Are we happy with that as deepen? Hello.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm not sure why that didn't work. I think it's because I'm pissing about with stuff. Thanks, Wicked. I will revisit that.
Oh, something's waiting. Did this to Ditch the other day. The lights kind of just took a really long time.
I blame Apple.
Let me just turn my mic monitor off. Right, are we back? We're back. Right, okay, I'll have a look at that and I'll see if I can create some kind of gruff, demon-y thing as well, so that you can mix it up a little bit.
Yes, I want to hear Demon Juice.
Oh, mate, that would be legendary. Right. We are heading up the road. Chugga chug chug. Fat Harry White sketches. Yes, Tone. I mean, there's all kinds of kind of mic effects I can add. Like, there's a reverb one you can add to make it sound like I'm in a stadium. That'd be quite cool. Ditch is still squeaking. Fuck off. Really? Hang on. Are you winding me up? Let me have a look. Audio. Filters. Yeah, he's still squeaking. Oh,
Nice.
Right. Do you know why? I know why. It's because I put the extra action in to enable it, but not to disable it. Right, okay. That's now fixed. See? This is what we do. This is what we do. Let's turn studio mode off. Right, we're good. Yeah, basically it just stays on indefinitely, forever. That was definitely worth the 87 bits. Ditch
So what you
helping
get there is
with QA. Yeah.
buy one get one free.
Yeah. It was an infinite top up, mate. It was an eat as much as you can fit in your face, basically. Consume everything. Right, let's go and pick some stones up. 184 grand. Just gonna go up the side of this field. It's that one there that's white. Oh, that's it. I nearly binned that straight into that brook, then that wouldn't have been good. Tell you what, while I'm here, let me just send Foshiz a quick message to see if he is around this evening. If he fancies... Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There he is. Let's see what he comes back with. Still need to check with HQ, but I've got a feeling it'll be okay. Right, how do we do this then? So, lower it. Okay. We're lowering it. There's only 2 codes left, boys and girls. Come on, you've got this.
So what are you having for tea tonight? Is it a kebab?
Well, it was almost a kebab based on last night, but I don't genuinely know, if I'm honest. Saturday's usually the night that Zach will do something a bit more involved than what she does during the week. So this is usually kind of steak night, or might be pie and chips night, where we get some nice meaty pie business going on. Who knows?
So, you know, we were talking about how as we got older, ego is sort of reduced a bit.
Yes.
So there's a chippy near me that
Right.
does kebabs
Okay.
that are big enough
Yeah.
where you'd say, you know what, I'm going to have half of that tomorrow.
Wow. I mean, that'd have to be the size of a dustbin for me, Ditch, if I'm honest. I'm a greedy fucker when it comes to kebabs.
It is genuinely a case of, oh, right, that's quite a lot there. Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
you've done all right there. One of the things I wish I could find is a reliable now playing overlay for Amazon Music, but they're quite introvert with their API, it seems. So there's a couple that almost work, but not quite. I'd love to be able to display on stream or in chat or both what music is actually on. I can do it with the built-in player, but that only covers the stream stuff. Spotify's got one, but then it involves changing everything, which I don't really want to do, if I'm honest. Yes. The problem I've got with Spotify Tone is that the integration with the Amazon devices isn't quite as sexy. Yes, World. World coming in with a clutch.
What, as in the small ladies' handbag thing?
Yeah. I mean, we know he's got one, right? There's no way World doesn't have a man bag. Hey, World, have you confirmed for SootyCon yet, by the way? No pressure, but are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming with us, World? World, are you doing it? World? Donington Park, mate? I love a bit of pumpkin. Thank you, Wicked.
Because I am a jackal.
Shell shock, baby. How are you doing? Go on, Ditch. What are we saying?
I'm considering the possibility.
Mate, it would be amazing. I've had the luxury of meeting you. I wish more people got that chance. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, mate, but you're a stand-up kind of guy.
It's very kind of you to say. It's very much back conditioned at the moment, though.
Right. Well, if you're struggling, mate, I'll come and pick you up personally. How about that?
The old sciatica's back, unfortunately.
Yes. I've got a great stretch for that if you're interested, Ditch.
Possibly. I suppose it depends on what you're stretching and so on.
Okay,
I'm hoping it's still muscular again as opposed to skeletal, because if it's skeletal, then I'm fucked.
So, it's basically, you lay on your back, you bring one of your ankles up to your top of your other knee, so you kind of create the figure of four stretch. Then you bend the knee that's underneath, supporting that figure of four, so it brings both legs kind of up to your chest-ish. And then you basically put your arms out so that your back stays flat, and you stretch across yourself to get the sole of your foot that's on top of your knee onto the floor. Does that make sense?
And after I've tied myself in a knot, what do I do?
Yeah, well, you're fucked at that point, mate, if I'm honest. That's when we find out. No, so basically you just hold that, and then you gently roll back to the other side, do a few sets each way. Is known to work very well for certain sciatic trapped nerves and stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's not the disc impingement again, and it is just muscular.
Yeah,
If it's disc impingement again, that's back to surgery, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah, so as Tone says, mate, and you alluded to, the actual benefit of the stretch isn't the stretch, it's trying to get back out of it. I'm probably being a bit too liberal with the thing here. There we go. That's better. I could use GPS, but where's the fun in that, right? Pedro's nailing these fields. 187 grand. We've nearly made £87,000, Pedro. Good work, my friend. Not today, since we started the farm. I think we're going to need about 300k before we start putting roots down ourselves and getting our own farm going. No, it's a bit further south than that, I think, World. Or maybe it's not. It is Donington we're going to, isn't it? Or have I got it wrong? All right, telling them it's Donington and it's not. I thought it was. Where's Delphic and Dawes when I need them? It is Donington. Right, okay. Are you coming over to the UK to go to the SootyCon, Pedro? Maybe 400k to cover any mishaps while setting up. I love how you're thinking, Jigs. Tone, don't worry about getting the bus there, mate. We've got plenty of people coming south through Nottingham. I'm sure somebody will be able to help. 31st of August, Pedro. There is East Midlands Airport close by, so I'm sure we could arrange a pickup if needed. Okay, the invite is open to everybody. We've done this twice now. Twice before, and both days have been stunning. It's a great opportunity to put a face and a personality to some of the names that you see. I do need to see the football fixtures first. Wow. Hey, I know how you feel, mate. The only reason I can say it with certainty is I know it's out of season for the girls' football, and it's on a Sunday as well. Oh, hang on a minute, just bear with me. I need to take a call. One sec. Right. Was I actually muted for that?
I didn't hear anything, so
That's
I can only
good.
speak for that.
Must have been working. Sorry, that was the chairman of the football club. He's just dropped off the trophies for the presentation night. Love giving the trophies out to the kids. We try not to. A lot of managers, and I'm not criticising them. It's just not the way that I like to do it. They bottle it quite often when it comes to things like Player of the Season or Most Improved or even Player of the Game, and quite often they'll give more than one out. And I'm like, I know why you're doing that, because sometimes it's worth more than one player, but the problem is the second you issue two, you're devaluing the trophy immediately. So we've got...
Yeah, I can see that.
We've got 15... We've got a squad of 15, so they've all got a well done for this season type trophy anyway. That's all personalised. In fact, I think Cal... shouldn't have said that. I think Delphi was with us that weekend when we were having the photographs taken, and the trophies are all kind of personalised with the player, kind of like a bit like a FIFA card. They're very nice.
Speaking of first names, I did
yeah.
tell you that you're still giving out your first name on the Just Giving, didn't I?
Yeah, that's fine, mate. That's fine. I mean, Xbox does it to me regularly, if I'm honest, because there's no way to turn your actual name off of the dashboard. So even last night when Motorsport crashed, it's like, oh, great, thanks for that. It don't matter, does it? Sorry to hear that, Wicked. It would have been great to see you, mate. There'll be another one, though.
It means, though, that Jungle won't be quite as massive.
Yeah, exactly. Shells, it is a tough word to comprehend. Are you US based, mate? I keep asking people this because I have preconceived ideas where people are from, and I get it often quite wrong. Sorry, get it wrong quite. That was legendary. Get it wrong quite often. Yeah, Forest is massive. I see what you're doing there, Tom. Won't be quite as massive if we sign Alanga, though. Just saying.
Well, here's a question. And what do you think to Spurs' new managerial appointment?
I
it's a good
think
fit for both of them.
I think Thomas Frank will do an amazing job at any club he goes to, as long as he's given a chance. I think with a lot of these clubs, certain chairman, is it Levy? Levy?
Daniel Levy, yeah.
Yeah. He seems to have got a bit of a reputation for not really giving managers a chance. Now, I was never a fan of Ange Postecoglou. I don't think he earned the right to be in the Premier League. I think he's one of those managers that has basically had an average career, managed a team in Scotland that was literally one of two teams that compete up there, or were competing up there, and then he ends up with a top job in UK football, which I don't like. I don't like that at all.
Well, there was a while there was only one team in Scotland, wasn't there?
Correct. And I'm not saying he's a bad manager, but he's not the standard of somebody like Thomas Frank. I think given the chance, Frank will do great things at Spurs. And it will make Spurs a team. When Ange first took over, before his ego got in the way, I think they were playing some very attractive football, and I used to like watching them as a neutral. But when that stopped and he started getting a bit too full of himself, and then the dressing room goes, and then, well, the rest is history, basically, isn't it? I don't think that happens to somebody like Frank. I think Frank is one of those guys. I listened to him a lot on Shearer, Lineker and Micah Richards' podcast when they were doing the Euros, because he was out with them, staying over in their Airbnb. And just listening to him off record makes me realise a bit more about his personality. And you can sometimes just tell with people. Have I done it again? Have I just lost a contract midway? Oh, was that yours, Pedro? Oh, my stoner's full. Shit! Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Please explain what just happened. So, basically, world, my
So if you get a
stoner...
second-
Yeah, well, it's just filled up, which means I now need to go and get my trailer. Oh, Pedro's fetching it. Yes, Pedro. Go on, Pedro, lad. Love this guy. Even if he is fucking whooping me in the championship, I'm okay with that. Got double teamed by
it
him and
just
Eli
me?
last night. Go on, mate.
Here's Pedro and wants to say, no way, Pedro.
Maybe.
It's only fools, isn't it?
Yeah. I think his surname is Pascal and he's actually the Mandalorian. Just going to put that out there. You never know. Pedro just turned stoner and he sets off. He's like, I'm there. I'm there. I'm going to bring a smoke and a pancake.
Gigenetsu82 gifted a tier 1 sub to Pedro 135 bomb. They have given 46 gift subs in the channel.
Sometimes there's just a song that comes on that just hits the mood right. Unless you're watching on Kick or YouTube, in which case you're probably listening to some techno shite. Can we have a shout out for Jigs while you're here, please, Ditch? In your sexy voice.
Go on, Jigs.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm just going to need a minute. Thank you very much for the gifted tier 1 to Pedro. Remember to hook back up so you're ready for Pedro when he shows up. Yes, Shells. It's like Shells has got my back constantly. He's my new farmer buddy. He's like Delphic, but with a brain. Don't tell Delphic I said that. Probably shouldn't have said that live on air.
Well, perhaps Delphic without the mischief, maybe?
Yes. Or the brain. Yeah, Jig. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I'm just going to press this button. And I'm going to try and find...
Find Ditch's audio for that.
Engaged.
Right. Ditch, could you sing any line from any song right now, please? Go. I'm just trying to think of one now. Anything. Or a poem. Quickly, you've got 40 seconds left. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. Keep going. And there's no tenderness. Hang on, that's my line. Okay, hey. Alright, okay, I'll jump in now. You're trying hard not to show it, baby. But baby, I know it. You've lost that loving feeling. Whoa, that loving feeling. I think that's a 60 seconds.
I hope you've had your 87 bits worth there, lad.
It's quite hard to sing along when I'm in the middle of a non-farming based firefight.
As opposed to a good old ruckus down at the farm with the shotguns. Here comes Pedro. Yes. Pedro.
Yeah, it was trying to double tap someone whilst it's I know.
You never
pretty
closed your... Right, I've got it, Pedro. Just stay there, mate.
I'm learning. I've got skills that I didn't know I had.
That'll work. Just bang it in.
And I'm learning that I really do join voice at the weirdest times. And it's really confused.
Yo, cocker.
I'll do.
How we doing?
Alright, how's thee?
All right, mate. I am all right. So, did you get my message?
I did. I replied as well.
Right, I didn't check the reply, Grizz, because that'd be useful. What was your answer? Wow.
Yes, as far as I'm aware, I have no plans for this evening.
Phenomenal. Thank you very much. So, I haven't confirmed if I'm available yet, but Ditch is. I should be. I will confirm as soon as the guys get back. But it could be a good one. Ditch has promised to help, but not... What's the word? Nanniers.
Yeah.
And I think Eli's quite far into the game as well. He's going to do the same. He doesn't know it yet, but Eli's going to need a lower level character to come join us with. Eli's just spat his dinner out and got, you fucking what? Sorry, Eli.
Well, I'm just finishing the second mission up now.
Nice, mate. Oh, right. Eli's level 3. You lying bastard. You said you were... Right. That's perfect, Eli. Chop, chop. That's not going to end well. Shocks, it'll be fine. You need a bit more faith in the magnificence that is Team Sutty, mate. Just saying.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh, no. What's up?
I've been playing a car dealer simulator for like the last week.
Yeah.
And I have a recovery truck to pick up vehicles that I purchase and that need collecting.
Right.
I've managed to beach it.
Oh, no.
Outside a trailer.
Right.
And it can't go forward and it can't go backward.
Okay. D-pad up, have you tried that?
Hey, there's no controller, it's all keyboard and mouse.
Yes.
Well, there is a control, but it's proper janky, so I just don't bother with it.
Guys, quick question. I don't usually solicit the spending of bits, but if anybody was to cheer 99 now, I think Grizz's reaction would be quite cool. Followed by a...
Fucking... Why am I getting them now as well?
Welcome to my fucking world. Also, squeak now affects comms as well, just saying. Sorry if that was loud and obnoxious, Grizz.
Honestly, not really.
Squeak engaged.
Some of us are built different. Grizz, yeah. Do you have a favourite song that you can, like, just recite whenever you want to? Just throw out a few lines? Because if you could, now would be a great time. Why? So you can record it? No, I won't do that. Somebody just squeaked. Oh, right. Oh, you like? He's on the spot. He's thinking. He's on the spot. He's going straight to Top Gun. He's going to go straight to Top Gun here. Literally what Ditch did. You never close your eyes. I did consider it. I decided against it. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, we'll get you next time. Thanks. Oh, I have to think of one for next time. Yes.
Thanks, world.
Scary.
Yeah, the good news, I think, is that unless we change the way that we play Phasmo, you guys won't actually hear them in Phasmo. Because I can't send them in-game. And if I did, it'd be quite dangerous, because then chat would be able to basically make noise when I'm trying to be quiet. That feels dangerous.
Yeah. Especially if we get I can never remember the names of them, you know, but the one that gets pissed off when you make noise.
I think it's a yokai, if you're in the room with it. I think. Because, you know that short that we did, Grizz, that was... Something I'm really struggling to understand is which shorts take off and which ones don't. Because that yokai one was basically me whispering to you going, I think that yokai can hear us. And then it starts hunting. And you just kind of went, fuck. And that's like 3,000 views, Grizz. Meanwhile, I done my funniest Yorkshire joke about a cat and a vet, 200 views. The fuck?
Oh, well.
I know.
It should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Your comedy's weak.
Wow. Grizz! I mean, to be honest, mate, I'm not going to argue with you.
I've just had to walk nearly a kilometre back to my car dealership and pick up my old truck with the dolly trolley.
Right.
And now I have to try and save my recovery truck using my little truck.
This is a shame, but it happens.
It's definitely an exclamation me problem.
Yes. That is the reason I have a support cast. You're not wrong, world. And what a cast.
Happy birthday, world.
Happy birthday, world. Hey, Grizz, guess what?
What?
Do you know what today is?
What? It's Saturday.
It is, but it's a very specific day.
The start of the Club World Cup.
It is, but something significant happened 6 days ago. No, 6 years ago today.
No idea.
You remembered your wedding anniversary?
For once, no. Shut up, Ditch. This was the day 6 years ago that I got Twitch affiliate.
Way.
Now, that felt really amazing, apart from I remember thinking 6 years ago, do you know what? We've just got affiliate in 14 days. Well, we'll have partner in a month. No.
Yeah, they do kind of set the scales a little peculiar, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. One day. Once I've got the YouTube thing squared off, what I might do is I might just pick whatever our favourite game is at the time and just play it to death for 6 months and nothing else on Twitch. And that'll get partner. But I'm not sure I want it. I'm okay with the way that things are, if I'm honest. YouTube partner's different because that one fucking hurt when I lost it. But Twitch partner, eh.
Yeah.
When you're a partner, it feels like you need to be a bit more responsible. And even as I've said them words, they just don't sit right with me.
Oh, you son of a goat herder.
Nerf herder.
Oh, she's bullshit.
Still not seeing the big spider on that. So, here's a question, right? You know when we're playing Phasmo, do you think we ought to have a go at playing it on Discord? Not just for the jump scares, but does it actually add a lot to the game, the fact that we're having to use radio and stuff all the time?
Well, you do get the moments of walking past me and hearing me singing and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good. All right, Jigs, I said it myself. It's fine. Go on.
I enjoy the fact that we're not using Discord because I can basically sit there and call you all bellends and you can't hear me, so, you know.
Right, okay. You know you've got a mute button that you could do that with, Grizz, right?
But where's the fun in that?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm having to make lots of technical changes. And to be fair, they've been made now, where it turns the volume up for Phasmo so that I can hear you guys, because obviously I can set Discord audio separate. The other thing that is really hard, if I'm honest, is when it comes to editing clips and such, there's no way to isolate the track. So if there's something else happening at the same time as you saying something, and I either need to take the comms audio out or maybe even strip the comms audio to make something separate with it, I can't do it because it's all part of the same audio track. But I don't want to turn that off if it's actually adding a lot of fun and a lot of value to the game. I mean, it would be funny as fuck for you to wear your own jump scares now and again, just saying. But that's not the main reason.
Question.
Yes, my darling. I like questions.
Have you unlocked your first safe house?
I think we have in Division, haven't we, Grizz? But we haven't been to it yet, or have we? No, we have. We've been to it.
Oh,
We've got
we did.
to,
Yep.
We've got the main Washington Bay. Motherfucker,
Still not
that's
scary.
loud. That's
That is loud.
yeah,
That one was loud, yeah.
that is loud. Like I said, some of them are a little bit smoother. What wasn't nice earlier is I had Juice in the room with me. She was playing WoW in the corner on my left-hand side, and somebody triggered the tad jump scare from my left-hand side, and I jumped twice. I don't think I've done that before. Double jump.
Yeah, only because you don't think your knees will take it.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. It was wicked. Of course it was. Why would it not be? Pedro just waiting patiently with his trailer. Zach and Munch are actually out at the moment shopping. I don't know what time they're getting back in. But when they get back in, I'll confirm timings for tonight. If I was to guess, I'd probably say somewhere between 8:30 and 9 to kick things off. Might be a bit sooner, but I'll let you both know ASAP, and Eli as well. Maybe Taylor can join us as well, but we just all need to be on the same understanding that we're going to play to our pace so that we can take chat on the story with us. And if we can do that, I think that'll open the way up to some other games as well, because it will be a challenge. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ditch. There are times where I love having my handheld. During the 24-hour-ish stream, I really enjoyed playing Ghost Recon with you and just learning how to do stealth missiles. That was fun. But that's a different
really good at stealth missiles.
That's a different kind of gaming session, isn't it, to taking something a bit more serious like Division.
Yes, I think that was very much a case of I decided we didn't really like the helicopter very much.
Yes.
And it was the quickest way to give it back to the shop.
You see, that shot did really well as well. Let me just check a few stats here.
I think you said like 1,300 views or something.
I thought it was more than that, mate, if I'm honest. Let me just have a look. Analytics, content, shorts. Hang on. Content, shorts. What was it called?
Excuse me.
You see that the one with Delphic that we did recently, the Rubbing is Racing, is now on 3,500 views. I don't get it. There was nothing special about that for me. But it was still... It's hard to know what people like watching. Hang on a minute.
It's not necessarily what people like watching, it's more a case of what the algorithm
at the time
they might like.
Yeah, so the Angry Yokai Grizz that we did was 11 seconds long and got 2,300 views. Right, where are you? You're here somewhere. Weapons test failure, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, 1,700 views.
Yep.
Stunning.
If you take that game seriously, you can be quite tactical with that. Rather than creating stealth missiles.
Shut up, Grizz. All I heard there was stealth missiles. Right, I think this might be the last run. We're at 97%. Stealth missiles are more fun, indeed.
So I think the point I needed to get to then was the first 2 missions done, I think you said.
Yes, that's it, mate.
And
first safe house.
Level 5.
Yeah.
And first safe house, okay.
Perfect. Did you make a very attractive lady character like I asked?
No, you didn't say.
No, I definitely did.
Did you? No.
I definitely thought it out really loud so you'd hear it.
It's a very attractive lady who looks quite butch and has a beard.
Mate, that's taken me straight back to Bangkok.
Gonna say that's what's her face from The Greatest Showman, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, we're done on that one. Hang on a minute. Let's just get that in. Let's have a look. Let's just hand that in. Completed. Collect another 3 grand. We've got to be getting close to 200. 191 grand. Come on, Pedro. We can do this, buddy. We can do this. Pedro's busy mowing next door. Look. Right, what can we do here? Fertilizing, no. Harvesting, no. Ploughing, I could do. Wood transport can go fuck itself in the eyeball.
Have you cleared any control points?
No. Oh, yes, we did one.
Yes, we did. We did the first control point that's at Crossroads.
Right.
Let's do some ploughing. 9 hours to do some ploughing. Let's do that.
It's the right sort of area then.
Yeah. You've got it, Ditch. You've got it, lad. He's definitely got it, Chris.
You definitely got it.
Definitely got it.
Yeah, baby, you've got it.
Go on, do
I'm your
something
Venus.
difficult.
I'm your fire. Your desire.
Yeah, it's not difficult world. It's just needs more people. Trying to do the... In fact, do you know what? I could have done the harvesting using the AI. We'll be fine. Do I need to be leveling up in the division? Just get yourself to a point, if you can, Eli, before tonight, where you've just done the first 2 missions and unlocked the checkpoint. That's about level 5. Literally, if you were soloing it, it'll take you about 45 minutes from level 0. So you should be all right.
I've been playing it was since I came on comms, and I'm just at that point now where I'm just running down the stairs to the safe house now.
Yeah, to be fair, though, mate, no disrespect to Eli, but I don't think he's the same, like, elite quality gamer that you are at times. He gets distracted easy, does Eli? It's like when we're playing Sea of Thieves and he sees a fish, he just fucks off after said fish.
It depends if you need to do an Eli or not, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we all need to do an Eli at some point, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm level 3 and I'm good at shooters. Well, we'll see, Eli. Are you good at tactical shooters, though, where teamwork is paramount? I'm not judging, but... we will see, won't we? I play Counter-Strike. Mate, we all play Counter-Strike.
I don't.
No, don't.
Counter-Strike.
Don't ruin me.
Counter-Strike.
No, don't ruin me. My little story. It's fine. It's fine.
What Counter-Strike needs?
Controller support.
ADS.
Yeah. You see, it's part of its charm, Grizz.
It would have been charming in like 1993.
And it was. I remember on the day of my wedding, there was me, my best man, and my head usher, all sat in our underwear playing Counter-Strike in the room where I'd got 3 PCs set up instead of getting ready for the wedding. Zach was not happy.
Oh, it gave her an insight as to what her life was going to include, though, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, we'd been together for 6 years, mate. She knew. She knew. Oh, Taylor, evening. Quick question. It is 6 p.m. UK time. In about 2 to 2.5 hours, could you be in a position where you've got a brand new, well, level 5-ish Division 2 character ready to go on an adventure with me, Grizz, Eli, Ditch? Can you have more than 3 or 4 people in a group, Ditch, for leveling?
4 I think's the normal, but
So I think it's 4.
Oh. That's awkward.
It's 8 for raids, it's 4 for normal.
Right, okay. So, Taylor, forget what I said. That's awkward. Maybe when we get to raiding, Taylor. Hey, Taylor, look! Sports cars. Hey, guess what, Taylor? Stuck at work for about 4 more hours. Oh, that's a shame. And that's got me out of a tricky spot. Thanks, Taylor. Guess what vehicle... Zach's dad has just bought as a toy?
Is it an MG, and did you shit on it?
It's not an MG, and I didn't shit on it.
Okay. I thought I'd just have to confirm.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Grizz, did you...
Mazda MX-5.
It is. It's a Unos, an actual import.
Yeah.
Soft top. It looks really nice, if I'm honest. They've got a few bits and pieces that need to do on it. But I made a joke about when we're taking it to a track, and his answer was, whenever you like. So... So... I did not know that they're only 110 brake. Standard. I had no idea.
What, it's like a 1990?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. 1.6, about 110 brake, but they don't weigh anything, do they?
No.
So...
Well, they will do if I'm sat in it, Grizz, I'll be honest.
Echo.
What? You what?
What?
Hello?
What? Oh.
Yeah. I thought I said I didn't weigh a lot, but obviously I didn't say they didn't weigh a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be good. So me, Ditch, Grizz, Eli, Division 2, later on, What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I quite like that. I will confirm as soon as possible on dis of the chords.
So the agreement is that we don't tell you where to go or anything like that. We just support fire.
Well, I think what I like, and we generally get this from other people in chat as well, I think it's okay if we get stuck and we start asking questions. I think that's okay at that point. It's the... And I'm not saying you do this, Ditch, but I've been in situations with gamers before. It's like, right, we go here, we do this. And you're like, okay, no idea what we're doing, but I'm just going to follow anyway.
What about secrets in missions? Or hidden loot and stuff?
I think finding hidden loot, if we're obviously going to bypass it, I think that's okay. What do you think, Grizz?
Yeah, I'm always down for freebies.
Yeah.
Especially good freebies.
Good freebies, yeah.
Not just any freebies. It's got to be good freebies.
So, yeah, it's in very good nick, this. It's got some nice wheels on it. It's a good colour. It's got a spoiler. Pop-up lights work.
How long's it been in the country?
30 years.
Wow.
It's a proper... it's been somebody else's in the kind of... it's been his mate's car for a long time. And his mate's finally been told to get rid of it.
Told?
Yeah, his missus
Wow.
is...
A ballbuster by the sound.
Yeah, she's one of them. She's one of them, mate. She's the enemy, basically.
I'm assuming that it's all good for rust and stuff.
It needs some work on one of the wings. One of the wings has got a bit of corrosion on it, which they're getting sorted. I've got...
It's why I asked, because they don't generally rust that much in Japan because they don't have the same sort of weather conditions.
Correct. And they don't treat them for our salt either, do they?
Exactly, because they don't need to.
So, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here, right? I think what's going to happen with this car is Grandad's going to end up with exactly the same conversation from Grandma that his mate did, and it's going to end up on my drive, just saying. Because, am I right in thinking, guys, we talked about this before, and aren't they a really cost-effective car for new drivers to insure?
If it's an early one, then it probably hits classic car now, yeah.
Well, it's 30 years old.
Yeah,
So-
they moved the goalpost for classic now, and it's got to be 40 years.
I don't know. What is this plough doing? Have I not put it out properly?
I know was talking with Delphic a bit back. I've been looking at classics. I sniffed with the idea of trying to find an affordable everyday classic.
Right.
You know, something I could drive as a daily.
Yeah.
So I found the low mileage XR4i. 1984, 67,000 miles.
Yeah.
Tax and MOT exempt.
Oh, baby.
Because it's 40, because
An
it's 40 years old.
XR4i, though.
Yes.
That sounds nice. Alexa, I didn't ask. Thank you.
The bodywork needs tidying up because it's a 40-year-old Ford,
Yeah.
but the interior looks immaculate. And 67,000 miles, it's done nothing in its 40 years, has it?
No?
And I went looking at the MOT history, and as far back as I could go through the MOT checker, it didn't look like it had gone round the clock to say it's 167,000.
Jesus Christ, mate.
And it was a bargain at 9,995.
Nice. Do you have the ability to have more than one? Have you got space for two cars?
Not really, no.
No. That's often a deciding factor, isn't it, unfortunately?
I mean, the thing is, if I got to a point where I could afford to have a second car, I would also afford to have a little bit more of the front tarmac to make room for it.
Yes.
Maybe even have the driveway widened so I could take them both in and out at the same time. But, you know,
Nero, dude.
I'm the only one with a driver's license.
Nice. Yeah.
That needn't necessarily stop you though, Grizz, because there was a point where I had 3 cars.
Yeah, I can only drive one at a time, Ditch.
It's true, but you can also have them for different occasions.
Well, yeah, you know.
Like, this is the one I drive on Sundays.
Yes. What I'll do, Taylor, is I will get some pictures of it next time I'm over, and I'll stick them on Discord. I've got a feeling that Grandad's project car is going to become my project car with him.
Yeah, just watch out for Taylor saying things like, yeah, if you get one of these engines, it fits right in, but you need to get a new rear axle and do this and do that.
Oh, it'll be fine, mate. It'll be fine, because you know how good I am with stuff like that, Grizz. This is the same guy that's like, Grizz, what does this noise mean when your car goes ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa, ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa? That means you've got a loose exhaust, sooty. Thank you.
Or some idiot's put a pop and bang map on your fucking...
Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Should it be sounded like...
That's World shouting papaya.
Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-ya-ya-pa-pa-pa-pa. Should my Citroen C4 diesel be sounding like that, Grizz? No, somebody's nicked your catalytic converter. Oh, okay, thanks. We won't talk about the most cars I've owned at anyone. What am I doing to this field? This don't feel right, does it?
What was that Taylor's lot? Was it about 9, Taylor, if I remember rightly? 9 or 11 or something like that?
Wicked, you've got to cut that shit out, mate.
That was a good one.
Yeah?
Meh.
Wasn't
We
me.
can do.
Oh, shit. Sorry, that was World. Thank you, World. Sorry, Wicked. Thank you for the 100 bits explaining it wasn't you that spent the 99 bits. Love these guys. Guys, what is why isn't this ploughing? What is going on? That doesn't look like a ploughed field to me. Am I doing it wrong?
I mean, there's a certain amount of inevitability about that, isn't there?
I mean, is it a question
Right.
or more of a statement?
No, just the usual, we'll call it. I feel like I should only be ploughing in one direction.
Probably.
That looks like a complete fuck up.
Or as Wicked's just put it, first of all, thank you for the 100. It looks like a complete fuck up. Thanks, Wicked. I don't think you're wrong, I'm going to be honest. I think I just need to keep rerunning down the track that the outside wheel makes from this side.
Nobody look at me while I'm adjusting the odometer of this car.
No. Nobody's looking, Grizz. Well, I wasn't sure about that, Shell, because it's doing that thing where it doesn't show me all the... If I do I have to lift it and then... Oh. Right. Nobody panic. I'm supposed to flip the plough around as I turn round. That's why it looks like a complete cluster of the Fuchs variety. We'll be fine. We're going to do this. This field is going to look immaculate by the time I've finished. Please observe my magnificence. Thank you.
We have to.
No. Never. I'm just... Oh, I've made a right mess of that again, haven't I know what I'm doing now, though. Pedro's looking at it going, dude, we need 9 grand. Chop, chop. Delphic's going to be really happy when he sees that we've got closer to 200 grand. A few more thousand and we might be able to afford one of Ditch's gun loadouts or one of Grizz's dodgy cars. Sorry, pre-loved cars, not dodgy. Sorry, Grizz.
I don't know how you got to level 5.
We did a lot of explorifying, I think it's fair to say.
Right, okay. So you're saying that me efficiently getting to that point is not as efficient as what you did?
Yes, let's go for that, Ditch. That feels like the right response at this moment in time.
Oh, what I will say, Ditch, is we did lose a bit of time getting stuck down a sewer.
Right, you don't have to bring that up.
When we decided that we were going the wrong way, we turned round, or what we thought we'd turn round and go back the way we came, and it turned out we didn't. We just carried on going in the same fucking direction.
So let me just simplify that for your military brain. We got down a tunnel, Grizz went, this isn't the right fucking way. I said, don't worry, I think you're right. I did a 360 instead of a 180 and kept going, and then we popped up at the wrong side of the city, kind of going, I don't think we should be here.
buy the car. No, you can't. No, you can't have 12 grand off it. Oh, this game needs the ability to kick people.
Like I said, we just need 200 grand, then we can buy a ditch loadout and maybe one of Grizz's cars. Can you imagine if they brought, let's say they introduced the standard called Open Game Currency, OGC, and then they introduced games like Euro Truck Simulator to it, Farming Simulator to it, Car Dealer Simulator to it, where you could earn money in one game and then transfer it and use it in another game. You had a consistent account. That'd be fucking ace.
Oh, I'd be a billionaire on Schedule 1.
You would.
Amongst other things.
You would, yeah.
I mean, I'm well on my way to making my first million.
All right, Grizz, fuck's sake. It's not all about
lots of people,
drugs and
money.
happiness, you know.
Drugs and hoes.
Drugs and hoes, baby. That would be cut off. No, that's so 1998, mate.
It can't be boats and hoes till I hit 1 million.
Yeah.
Or they
then
bring out
it's
a
boats and
DLC where I
hoes.
can actually get a boat. Yeah.
Grizz, quick question.
Yeah.
Are you currently running NVIDIA as your microphone output?
I thought I was. Did you just hear me vape?
Well, not just the vape, but we heard Mrs. G earlier as well, which is what made me think.
Right, hang on. Let me just...
I know it's a pain, Grizz.
No, it's not. That's something I have to get used to, but... Right, hang on. Is it the input or output? It's input, isn't it?
Input, yeah. What I generally do is I set Discord to use the default input and the default output, and then you go into your sound control panel and you pick what you want for your default comms input and default comms output. And then whenever your devices change, you just change it in control panel and Discord will pick it back up again. I'm happy to say that's slower and more romantically, if it helps.
Hang on, let me just check. I have just switched it.
So I heard
Didn't get a thing, did you?
I heard a bit of an intake of breath, but it kind of cut out as soon as it realised where it was, because it does learn.
Cool.
But your comms is nice and clear.
Just for some reason, I think it's because I keep switching between, you know, the general speaker set I've got,
Yes.
and headset, depending on what we're doing or what I'm doing.
Yes. I think eventually it just becomes part of your kind of pre-game check. Make sure what device you've got set where, and like I said, I know it's a pain in the ass, but I do appreciate the effort you put in, chaps.
1 second, a minute. I remember to fire it up.
Well, that's the start, isn't it?
Yeah.
That feels like you've evolved from when you first had a PC, Grizz, so you're obviously learning shit, mate.
Well, you know, you got to, haven't you?
Yeah. Pedro, what do you mean your situation's a little bit more difficult? Can you talk me through that, please? What's happening? Have you broken something? Tone says it would work best with franchise series like all the truck sim games, not so much things like GTA. Yeah, I think there's certain games that you could just have shared income, but you need games companies to start working together a bit more.
Sorry. Found that funny.
Yeah, I imagine. You know, that's not awful anymore, is it? Let's be honest. I've recovered it a bit.
You're farming like Clarkson, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's frightening just how many similarities there are between me and the ape man.
Oh, you're both old fishing from Yorkshire.
Yes. Yes. Yorkshire oafs. Absolutely. I would love to. You know, I remember when I first started work, proper work, I think it was probably 1996, I think. Does that mean I've been working for 30 years? Fuck.
Something like that.
Yeah. I remember there was a, you know, one of these kind of work team questionnaire things and tell us a bit about yourself and this, that, and the other. And one of the questions was, if you could have anybody round for a dinner party, who would it be and what would you ask them? I remember even at that age putting down Clarkson. He just feels like the right kind of guy to invite to a dinner party. He's seen some life.
Certainly wouldn't be dull.
No. Especially when we got to have going whichever car he brought.
You know, so while there's no cameras about and there's nobody here to sort of pick you up on it, how hard did you laugh when Hammond nearly died?
Oh, right, yeah. Shell says, how fucking old are you? You're ancient, man. I thought you were 30, not in your 40s or 50. Fucking hell, I'll take that. I'll take that, mate. I am 50 this year.
On, no one likes a fucking suck-up, Shells. Come on now.
No, come on.
Someone wants in your pants is what I'm saying to that.
Grizz, just let me have it, please. Not my pants, just... I don't get many wins at this age, so I'll take that one. Well, I'm saying I'm taking it as a win. Shells has basically just unsubscribed from everything, but it made me feel good just before he did.
Yeah, I unsubscribed and didn't realise I was following a geriatric.
Tone would like a word with Brian Clough. That'd be a good conversation. One of the episodes of The Rest is Football, one of the early episodes, Gary Lineker was talking about how he nearly ended up going to Forest with Brian Clough because he'd just broken through into the England setup. And he was in a hotel with, who was the keeper? Shilton at the time. He used to room with Shilton because he was quite a sensible guy. And the phone rings and Shilts, as he calls him, answers the phone. And he basically said, hey Gary, it's Brian Clough to talk to you about football and changes and stuff. So Gary Lineker answers the phone. And he says, now then, Gary. He says, it's Brian Clough here. And Gary Lineker says, oh, hi, Mr. Clough. He says, Gary, call me Brian. So he then went to talk about where his project was at Nottingham Forest, and that Gary Lineker ought to think about going and stuff because he was thinking about coming back to the Premier League, or he was going to Tottenham or something. I can't remember where it was. And Lineker listened to him and he made a lot of sense. And in the end, Lineker thought, I just need to be straight with him. He says, look, he says, Brian, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm looking for somewhere a little bit bigger. I don't want to sound arrogant, he said, but I'm at that point in my career. And Brian Clough basically cuts him off and says, no, I completely understand. And from now on, young man, it's Mr. Clough. That guy was a fucking legend. I'm sure of it.
I think my two that I'd like to add at the table would have been Ayrton Senna. In fact, it's three.
Oh, dude.
Ayrton Senna, Richard Burns and Colin McRae.
I think that's a very on-point motoring viewpoint you've got there, Grizz, and I think that'd be a great conversation. Who would you have at your dinner table, Ditch, from anybody in history?
Big question, that, isn't it?
It is a big question. Come on then, chat. Who would you have? I really do appreciate the feedback, Shells. I've got to be honest with you. I've always felt that I look young for my age, but the beard kind of drags me back. I look a lot younger with no facial hair, but the kids just won't have it. I was only joking about it this morning as well. And Munch didn't talk to me for an hour because I threatened that I was going to have a clean shave for this summer. It is a good racing trio, you're right. So come on, chat. You can pick a couple of people to have at your dinner table. Anybody from history. Who are you going for? It can be somebody who's still alive, by the way. You don't have to pick somebody who's croaked it.
Oh, can I pick a fourth person? Just
absolutely, Grizz.
Yeah, Adolf Hitler. So
right.
Just sit there and just call him a dickhead for 3 hours.
That's it. Basically,
yeah.
You've got three people.
I don't ask him any questions. Just want to call him a dickhead for 3 hours.
What would you like to know? Nothing, mate. Shut the fuck up. You're a disgrace.
Yeah. How's your Aryan fucking race doing now, dickface?
World says Rick. That's got to be Rick Mail. And what a choice that is.
Yes, that is a good choice.
How about, I mean, it's easy to get drawn into people that are no longer with us because you feel like, not that you ever had a chance of having them at a dinner table with you, or very unlikely, but you know that you never will. And I think I'd add Mr. Connery into that as well. I think that would be a good conversation. Well, of course.
Yes. Washington's.
I think Richard Burton would probably be good fun as well.
Right, okay. Is that Lawrence of Arabia, Richard Burton? Was he in Lawrence of Arabia?
Well, he was also a bit of a legendary. I mean, I'm sure he's got a lot of good stories about sort of drinking and stuff like that. I think he'd be very entertaining.
And is that what you'd be looking for at your dinner party? Entertainment rather than historical value, or?
Well, I mean, you could just say, yeah, I've met X, but I think it's more about, you know, the experience of it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Jigs has gone for... Go on.
So the novelty's going to wear off very quickly if it's just a case of, okay, right, so I know what you look like now then.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not short, not as tall as I expected. Oh, okay.
Yes. It's always a good way to start a conversation with a celebrity, isn't it?
I thought you'd be taller.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they said the camera was supposed to add £10. It looks like it took 50 off.
Wow. I don't think many people are going to want to come to your dinner party now, Chris.
Harrison Ford would be interesting. Clint Eastwood would be interesting.
Yeah. Carrie Fisher and James Earl Jones were Jigs' choice. Would you?
James Earl Jones. That's a good shout.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, you see, if I got James Earl Jones to come over to my dinner party, I'd just get him to do all my voicemail messages.
Yes.
You know, just get him to, you know, just record himself just for all my stuff.
Can you imagine getting Morgan Freeman to record your outgoing message? It was a dark day when you contacted Sutty. Rick Mail and Dave Allen. Oh, Dave Allen, what a choice.
Dave Allen would be excellent, yes. Dave Allen's the sort of person that would just basically keep the whole sort of dinner party going and entertained, I think.
Yeah, it'd take the effort off you trying to entertain people, wouldn't it? What about if we went down the musical side and said Freddie Mercury and David Bowie?
David Bowie, I think, would be more interesting to talk to. But, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely.
Freddie Mercury, Prince. Yeah, David Bowie.
And then what you do, right? How about this, Chris? You know, on that same on that same kind of principle that you've just outlined, you go for David Bowie. Let me think. David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, Phil Collins, and Pitbull. And you just say to Pitbull, just sit in the fucking corner and shut up. That's what I'd like you to do.
We're going to have a conversation with some real musicians, not you, you fucking halfwit. You look like Hector from Fast and the Furious, mate. Shut the fuck up and sit down.
Look like you belong in the Addams family. What do you think, Freddie? Yes, I agree. That's how Freddie Mercury sounds, by the way. Eli says Cleopatra, Denzel Washington, and Tom Hanks. Eli, is that a dream that you've had? That feels a bit visceral.
That sounds like some weird gangbang
fantasy,
to me. I'll be honest, mate. Yeah.
Now, if you can understand him, I think Julius Caesar would be very interesting.
Yeah. He's probably going to be speaking in pure Italian Latin, though, isn't he?
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to qualify that his Latin's Latin, isn't it, really?
No. Okay, sure. Well, I was going to say Latin, but then I thought, I wonder if they actually spoke just Italian.
No, it's Roman Empire's basically pre-Italy, isn't it? So it's Latin.
Yeah. See, I'm learning stuff. First of all, I don't look 50, and Julius Caesar spoke Latin. Caesar. Julius Caesar.
I accidentally just kicked off a time-related bounty, so I might be level 6.
That's fine,
possibly.
Mate. Right, you need to put that fucking game down now. You're going to do it again, aren't you? You're going to go whistling past and go, shit, I need to create another character.
No, I'm capped out now. This is my 4th character.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
I'll have to delete this character.
I can feel a deletion coming along.
I'm still at level 5. It's fine at the moment.
okay.
It's just that I said accidentally created a.
Accidentally, he says.
No, it's
Accidentally.
it's one of those things that I've unlocked a bounty, and unfortunately, it's time limited. So
Nice.
Mileage, no. Where's the price? Ooh, 58 grand. Yeah, let's go. What's expensive?
58 grand. What the bloody hell are you selling?
Oh, I'm buying. I'm using a used car thing to buy used cars, and then I'm going to fix them. Wow, it's 47,000 and it's not drivable, so I have to replace everything on
Good
it.
lord.
Well, I say me. I've got people, minions, to do that work for me.
Sure. Wicked says Achilles, Roger Moore, and Clint Eastwood. I think that's Eli territory. You've had that dream, haven't you? And I'm not even going to ask who was mummy and who was daddy, right?
Did you wake up in like some weird, awkward puddle?
Right. Next thought-provoking famous person question. If you could go back in time and speak to anybody, who would it be and what would your advice be to them? It's got to be somebody famous, so you can't say Cyril from the edge of the street. Tell him not to open that butcher's.
I think it'd probably be Pompey, and it'd be, what the fuck were you thinking against Julius Caesar?
Okay, that's a good one. You can only do this once, though, Ditch. Are you going to really just spend it on...
I like the Roman Empire.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
See, I wouldn't go that far back. I would just go back to the day before Colin McRae and his son died and say, listen, do yourself a favour,
Have a
don't
day
fly
off.
helicopters today.
Have a day off.
Yeah. Don't fly today.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good shout, yeah.
I like that. Mine's not as thought-provoking as that. Do you know what mine would be? I'd go back and meet Jedward's parents before they had a shag and just say, guys, don't.
Yeah, don't do it. You'll
Don't
be
do
doing
it.
the world a favour.
Wear a
trust me.
condom, please. Thank you.
Does that also apply to the Island Boys?
Yeah, you can apply it to whoever you like, mate. It's fair.
You don't know who the Island Boys are, do you?
Yeah.
You sweet
No.
summer
No,
child.
no, I don't.
Honestly,
mate.
you don't want to know who the Island Boys are.
No,
They are like... They are the sperms that made it. That just tells you the gene pool they've come from.
Evolution's broken.
So, you know
Well,
how you
they
said
make-
about Jedward?
Yeah, they make
think
Jedward seem
about-
intelligent.
Yeah.
World would tell Alan Shearer to join Manchester United just to see what would have happened. Nah. Fuck that.
Daft as it sounds, mate, I'm going to disagree with that because we had a strike force without him. Not that I didn't think he was a great striker. And
No.
I was pissed off that he chose Newcastle,
Yeah.
but because he's a Geordie and his
Yeah.
hometown wanted him, I fully
Exactly.
understand why he went
Absolutely.
to Newcastle, mate. And I couldn't hold it against him for long. Don't get me wrong, I did at the time, but not for very long. You know, I get the whole, you know,
Stay true.
gotta, yeah. You know, it's not about the championships as much. Although saying that, you know, they were off the back of being pretty competitive when he joined, weren't they?
Oh yeah. It was a good time for both clubs, and it made good stories. Is what it made.
Would
You know?
you say you love it?
I love it.
I
love it. I don't
You know,
think you know that Keegan statement though. That wasn't Shearer, was it? That's when it was Ferdinand and Beardsley, weren't it?
I
can't-
I'd love it if we beat them.
Yeah, I thought that was just before Shearer joined,
I think it was pre-Shearer.
because it was
Probably, yeah.
Les Ferdinand and Peter Beardsley were striking. Andy Cole may have just left, but that's the season.
David Ginola as well.
Yes, that's the
David
season.
Ginola, Fastinho, Aspria.
No, Aspria was later, mate.
Was he later?
Yeah. It was Philippe Albert, Gillespie, Ferdinand, Rob Lee. I think Gary Speed was still there.
Oh, dude. There's a guy you want to invite to a dinner party.
Yeah.
I'll just tell him there's more to life than what you're planning, mate. Fucking get over it. You know,
Yeah.
get on with it.
Doesn't always work like that, though, Grizz.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think I do need to stop playing this because I'm level 5.
It's
I need to
just
switch back to my main.
yes. If you're gonna scratch that itch, mate, do it on another fucking character. Tone says
I thought he was gonna say,
Ayrton Senna
I'm
in
level 105.
Imola. It tell him his instincts were correct. Some very profound messages going out today. I like this. Eli asked a question about med packs in the division. No idea, Eli. Ditch will know.
What about it?
He says, can he use a med pack?
Can you use one? Yes, it's an armor kit, but yes. So you get a certain number of them, and depending on what things you've unlocked, they'll refresh on whether you go when you go to a safe area and stuff. You can also only carry a limited number of them.
3, I think, isn't it?
You can get to 4. I think you have to unlock the ability to be able to get that high.
But I was thinking I'd run out of stuff. No.
What I would recommend for early players is see if you can get a piece of gear, piece of armor, with armor regen on it.
Does that
just
work
means you
how
can
it
hide
sounds?
Yes, your armor will regenerate slowly over time. It doesn't regenerate unless you have armor regen or you pop a armor kit.
Got you. Okay.
So it's worthwhile having a piece. I mean, end game doesn't make a lot of difference because you'll be doing a lot of other stuff. But early on, it's kind of useful just to have a little top up whilst you're hiding behind cover.
Well, hopefully it'll load back in, Eli. That's about where we are, mate. Shell said, I'd probably invite Ken Miles, Clint Eastwood, and Mozart.
Ken Miles would be good, I reckon.
For the ignorant bastard that I am sometimes, or the uneducated idiot, who's Ken Miles, please?
Driver of Ford versus Ferrari, if you want that one.
Right, perfect. Yes, I know exactly who you mean.
Yeah.
What a movie that is. So, I've got a question for you. I'm quite often driven... No, come back. I'm quite often driven by Hollywood into what I'm interested in, and vice versa. Knowing how completely uninterested I am in Formula One at the moment, is there a chance that the F1 movie is going to get me back into it, yes or no? Is it going to be good enough to get me back into it?
I'm going to say no.
So you don't think the movie's going to be good, or that nothing can get me back into F1?
I just don't think the movie's going to be good.
Really?
I would say you could get back into F1, sure. I don't know whether that's going to be it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, another topical question while we're just ploughing fields. Tough one. I suspect it'll have a different viewpoint from different people, but let's have the conversation. David Beckham, knighthood, right or wrong?
Right.
He's been trying for it for a long time, I would say. Yeah. I'm sort of kind of ambivalent about.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I don't understand why sports people... I know that there's lots of charity work and lots of publicity and all that stuff that goes into it. But why are sports people favourite for knighthoods when you get doctors, surgeons, firemen, soldiers that we never hear of, never see, and probably deserve country recognition more than somebody who kicked a pigskin around?
I think there's elements to that. I think sportsmen, if they're famous, can use that as a platform to do things.
Hence the UNICEF stuff, right?
But there's also an element of sprinkling enough known names into the honours list so that people know and respect the honours list, I suppose. If it was all people that no one had ever heard of, then...
Would it lose its emphasis?
you don't necessarily get a benchmark for, you know, the honours list.
Yes. Right, Pedro, that's exactly what I've done, mate. Let's go get it. Yeah, I can understand that. Use it for basically publicity of the thing itself so that people are more aware of it all. But it feels like that's all it lands on sometimes. You know, I'm all for kind of, you know, I'm a massive fan of women's football as a movement and stuff. I don't understand the daily thing. I know an MBE is not a knighthood, but it's still the same notion, isn't it? Well done for doing your job. Have some internationally recognised country recognition for it. And I don't get it.
But what makes her more deserving of it than any of the other 22 players in the squad?
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that I've never... I think Ditch described it perfectly there, ambivalent. You don't... It's not something I understand, but it never feels quite right that the right people get it.
You know,
maybe if I understood the criteria for it a bit more. I'm just going to follow you, Pedro. Maybe if I understood the criteria a bit more, it'd help me go, yeah, fair enough. I know he's iconic. I get that. I know that he was a phenomenal footballer, a fantastic lead by example captain. I get it. But I know that they keep talking about, it's even the speech that he wrote. He doesn't even fucking understand the words on that speech. Never mind writ it. So I don't know how much of it's kind of publicity and agents driving things in the background. The UNICEF stuff I get, you know, doing great work, but I think we'd probably feel differently about celebrities if we saw what they actually got paid to do for a lot of this charity work in ways that aren't obvious. I don't think it's all good of your heart type stuff.
I don't know. I know it's not just a charity
Nemo
work he's done. Like when he moves to PSG, his wages were reported €250,000 a week, which he donated to charity.
But here's the thing, right, Chris? Here's the thing, right? Let's say that you've got a normal job right now, not a footballer, just a standard job. You are a painter and decorator, self-employed, and you are earning, I don't know, based on today's wages, about 50 grand a minute. No, that's not fair. You're earning, let's say you're earning, I don't know, £1,000 a week doing painting and decorating. Him giving his salary away of that amount is like you giving 50 pence a week away.
Well, I think that was kind of the point he was making because he'd earned a fortune before that. I think he was trying to prove a point that he wasn't going there for the money. It was about the football. And
didn't have to do it, basically. I get that.
Yeah. You know, and the whole, when he moved to America, yes, he was on a massive wage there, but he had in his contract that he specified that he wanted to have the ability to own a club. He wanted to expand the MLS.
Yes.
He's been, you know, for somebody who can't string 3 fucking words together in a coherent sentence, he's quite clever when it comes to his business.
He is, or his business manager and agent are?
Well, possibly the wife.
You don't know, dear. You don't know.
Exactly.
Can we have a quick shout out for Platt in between conversation, please?
Go on, Platt.
Platt's just gifted a tier 1, which makes him this month's leading gift subscriber because everybody is busy scaring the shit out of me with bits on 3 gifted to like and subscribe. That's a great Twitch name. Thanks, Platt. You're a legend, dude. Thank you very much.
Oh, going back to what you say, you know, about not understanding how the knighthood works.
Yeah.
You know, I used to think I understood how the Sports Personality of the Year award worked.
Fucking hell.
Until Andy Murray won it. And I'm like, personality? That man's about as charismatic as a pot of yoghurt.
Yeah. What flavour yoghurt, please, Gris?
Stale Greek yoghurt.
Oh, mate.
No one sugar.
You know, if you'd have gone something with a bit of pineapple in there, I could see personality, but you haven't, have you? You've gone straight for...
Flavourless, tasteless... shite.
Yeah. Andy Murray is the guy who... He basically takes somebody around the world with him who holds a board up that says...
Beef and Fury E.
This is a joke, or this is sarcasm.
Engaged.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Can we have a shout out for Beef and Fire, please? Who've just resubscribed. Go on, Ditch. I mean, go on, Ditch. Fire. I mean, Beef and Fire. Yogurt has more culture. Interesting. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. So, yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think there's lots of stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, sorry, Platt, you're in second place because Beef and Fire has just gifted 5. Go on, Beef and Fire. Go on, Beef and Fire. Go on, Beef and Fire. It's I can't. Yeah. What number are you on at the moment? 99 something. Jesus Christ. That is a lot of gifted, mate. Fucking legend. Hey, can I ask why not?
Is it just the prospect of seeing that you've gifted over 1,000 subs?
Yeah, let's not even
Well,
talk about that.
The intention was to blue ball, but if I'm gifted on another account, it doesn't really work, does it?
I've just had them up, Ditch. I've just had them up. Nice. Fucking awesome, mate. Thank you very much. Although, trying to keep up with Pedro is a bit of a challenge. He's off. He's off ski. How is it 7 o'clock? Fucking hell, we've been at it 3 hours. Oh, do you know what? I best check my phone. If I've got 30 messages that says, your tea is in the dog. Pedro's just like, he's on Forza, just fucked off into the distance. Shut up, Tone. I'm still struggling with that a bit. Right, let's drop that there. Right, Pedro, I will do the hard bit if you just fuck around with the trailer. Cool, thanks. Right, oh shit. That's not worked well, has it? Try that again. I'm just ruining this other farmer's field. He don't mind now, does he? Right, I might turn GPS on for this because it looks like it's quite a square field. GPS on. Let's get it locked in. Put the header down, unfold it, turn it on. Oh, hang on, unfold. Turn on. You need to unfold. What? I have unfolded. Lift header. Drop header.
You, baby.
There we go.
And if it's quite alright, I need you, babe.
Yes, Grizz. Here we go. We've got this. Got the lights on as well. When you have a matter while ploughing, yeah. Have you seen these new training things that they're using at Man U, Grizz? You've got your normal cones, and then you've got matters. Have you seen them?
Oh,
A matter baby. Have you seen them?
no.
It's not what you're supposed to say, though, is it?
I'm waiting for a punchline.
No, right. They're using matter babies.
What's the matter, baby?
Nothing,
Yeah,
baby. What's the matter with you?
Oh.
Thanks, Eli. Nothing. What's the matter with you?
Just as an FYI,
Yes, mate.
the Division 2 Warlords of New York expansion, which is
Yeah.
the first of the expansions,
got
is
that.
75% off. 75% off at the moment.
Interesting. 1 out of 10. Thanks, Jigs. I'll take that. I'd like to refer to that as a win. Winning!
That's... Oh.
Pedro, it's a good job we haven't got field destruction turned on, isn't it? you know, I do need to just very quickly check my phone. Hang on, Pedro. Just hang in there. Have I missed anything? No, nobody's messaged yet. Just, are you guys home yet? Smiley face. Ditch won't let me stop playing. Thanks.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know? Oh no. Have I not? Oh, fuck. I really need to put that into the floor, don't I? Oh, no, it is. It is down. That don't look like it's down, does it?
Not really.
That's better. I think I was messing a bit too much with it. There we go. Let's try that. Turn it on. Turn it on. It cuts the head of the plant. Right, so it was right. Why is it not allowing me to turn it on now? Lift header. Lower header. Why is it not working? Oh, there we go. Right, so yeah, well, we should be doing all right. So we're 25% full. Get the sat nav back on. GPS, GPS, GPS.
You'll be pleased to hear I've switched back to my main character.
Thank you, Ditch. Eli's level 6 now. Well done, Eli. Have you created a hot lady chick for us to group up with?
Hey, level 6. I'm only level 5.
Right, don't you two start a leveling contest, right? No. We're going to get to playing with these two later on, Grizz. And
They're just going to be off doing their own thing, aren't they?
level 26. My Schwartz is bigger than your Schwartz. How are we feeling about Spaceballs 2, boys? And girl?
Terrible idea.
Okay.
You say that.
That doesn't surprise me with your viewpoint, Ditch, and it's not wrong. Just interested.
He's even managed to convince Rick Moranis to come out of retirement.
And Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman's going to be in it as well, isn't he? Oh, I was about to say something really fucking stupid then. Do you know what? The ignorant prick I am sometimes and forgetful. Do you know what I was about to say? Oh, do you think they'll convince John Candy to come back? I seriously doubt it. Stupid passing thought that I shouldn't have really shared.
Was he buried or cremated? Because either could work.
Right. Interesting. So you've taken it and made it a little bit worse somehow, Grizz.
You know me, I always set things a little bit darker.
Yes. Just like your coffee, right, baby?
Yes, or as people like to put it, I don't dance on the line, I just jump over it.
Fuck the line. Well, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just had a straightforward yes from Munch. Uh-oh. Oh, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Things found when combing the desert. Boop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Still don't know what you're having yet, though, do you?
No. As soon as I find out, mate, I will absolutely let you know.
You're not going to know what it is, because yeah, Bronson loved it.
Oh, mate, yeah. Bronson's having the time of his life.
Can you imagine, though, if it was just like a massive kebab?
Right. You need to stop with the massive kebab talk, otherwise it's going to be a massive kebab. That's the only thing that will satisfy me. Oh, you never have.
I'd say half of it's gone in the microwave because it was that big. I mean, it was like 2 kebabs in one.
I feel like I need a kebab now. Yeah, sure up, Ditch.
That sounds like the sort of kebab that I can get round my way, which is you know, it's jumbo.
Right, I've just had a message from Zach. Tea will be ready in about 15 minutes. What we having, please?
Asking for a friend.
Asking on behalf of chat. See what she says? That could be a new feature. See Sutty's phone whilst texting Zach. Oh, here comes a response. Oh, guess what we're having? She's only gone and made another fake away.
The voice in Sooty's head says, I want a kebab.
A kebab. Right. Can you allow me not to have a kebab? What do you think Zach has typed? It's 2 words. One's a full word, one's an abbreviation. To represent a fake away. What do you think we're having? It's not pizza. It's not an elephant's leg. Wicked's nailed it. KFC. It just says, I said, what we having? What we having, please? Asking on behalf of chat. And the response was, Temu KFC. Munchie's choice. Awesome. I love that kid. No, Fajita Friday was yesterday, Jigs. No, it's not a kebab. Definitely not a kebab. Is this the tiger thing all over again?
Temu KFC. I like that.
Zach worked out at a very early part in our relationship that the way to my heart was through my arteries and my stomach, which is why I'm now just under 25 stone. Thanks, Zach. Put the Temu KFC with a kebab. What? No world.
Oh, dude, he's onto something.
Grizz, what he's onto is me flatlining. Fajita's a good any day of the week. Agreed. But better on Fridays because it begins with F. You can't really have Fajita Monday. Actually, it's got a nice ring to it. Fuck it, let's do it.
It's like Taco Tuesday, isn't it? You know, Taco Friday doesn't really want.
No, it doesn't. Do you know, can I say something, right? I mean, I will, because, it's kind of up to me. So, I love fajitas. I love burritos. I love chimichangas. I hate tacos with a passion. Only the hard ones, though. The crispy shell tacos, for me, are just an abomination of food. Oh, shit. I've got a feeling that Zach might be watching the stream. I've got some wraps, though, if you want a KFC kebab. Brilliant. Thanks, Zach. Fucking love that woman. I really do. The absolute centre of my world.
It's an expensive one.
You know when you find somebody who just gets your assholeness? Right, come on, Pedro. Let's get you... I want to stick my pipe right into you, mate, if that's all right. I love how Pedro's... He knows I've got 15 minutes left and literally stopped his tractor to type LOL. Couldn't have just stopped to type while it was filling up, could you? Fuck's sake. Just the tip. Stick your pipe in and fill him up. Roger that tone. Well, not Roger that tone, because I'm busy rogering Pedro's trailer. Now there's an offer. I am unloading into my favourite Netherlandsian. Dumping in his truck. What? Careful what you say if the wife is watching, mate. It's nothing she's never heard before. The woman just gets me. Oh, okay, Pedro, I see what you need. You want me to just put the pipe out so you can play? Come on, then. P1 Battle Droid. Roger, Roger.
Yep. Close up shop for a couple of... No, go away. I'm closed. Did I see the sign? God. People.
People. We are just too good at this game. That's what's happening right now. Just kind of works. Thank you for everybody who's making an effort over on YouTube, by the way. I really, really do appreciate it, guys. We've gone way past the halfway mark now. We're closing on the 1,600 hours of the 3,000 needed. 3,000 for the first phase, 4,000 for the second phase. It's not add another 4,000, it's 4,000 total, so nearly halfway.
I'm going to say that, God, don't tell me it's another
No.
4,000 after the 3.
No. We're good, mate. It's actually a good test of staying in the game and being patient, because I was fucking furious when I lost it and I got really cross, but I'm glad that we're doing it. And I think this kind of multi-streaming thing is working steady, but it's not costing us anything. People are still getting to enjoy Twitch. It is a bit slower doing it this way, but I'm okay with that. It means I can't do the 1440p H265 HVC streams, which is what I was testing this morning, because there's just not enough processing power in one graphics card to do enhanced broadcasting plus all the extra bits I need. But we're live on Twitch in decent quality, we're live on YouTube in superb quality, and we're live on Kick in decent quality as well. Plus I've got fantastic offline recording, I've got a vertical recording going, and the graphics card is saying, yeah, what else have you got? We're just not allowed to ask it to do H265 because it gets upset. All that from a little 4050. No, 4060. Is it 4050? 4060, I think.
I can't say researching, but I was trying to read up on graphics cards this morning.
Okay.
While I had a spare 10 minutes. I asked the AI in my browser whether a 5070 Ti would run 4K 60 frames.
Of course it will, mate.
And well, the AI is going, no, it'll struggle it'll struggle with this and it'll struggle with that, and it's like, okay, what about 5080?
Yeah.
5080 also would struggle to, and then it's like,
load of bollocks.
Okay, so then I went looking at not PC forums, but like websites where they've done reviews and stuff, and they're all saying 5070 Ti will piss 4K.
My 3070 Ti will piss 4K at 60 frames, Grizz.
Whether it'll be able to do it with a, whether it's future proof, because they're talking about next generations.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, mate. If you're on a 3060 Ti at the moment, aren't you?
Yes.
If you want an upgrade, get something 70 Ti, whether it's a 3 series, whether it's a 4 series, or a 70 or a 5 series. You will see a benefit. You don't need to go above a 70 ever, and I mean ever, Grizz. Don't do it.
Looking at it, apparently the difference between the 70 Ti and the 80 is the 80's 6% better.
Yeah, it's the Ti bit that makes it crack, mate. 60 is okay. A 70 series card are brilliant, honestly. You'll never need more than a 70 series card, I promise. Don't get drawn into the whole AMD fuck show. No offense, Mike, if you're still here. Just always aim at whichever series you can afford and a 70 Ti. If you can get the 70 Ti Super, they're generally even further tuned, and that's sometimes worth it too. But the 70, I don't know what you'd call it. It's not the series, is it? It's the model under the series is the absolute pinnacle of what you'll ever need. I'm still on a 3070 Ti, mate, and I've got no reason to upgrade just yet. No reason at all.
The only reason I want to is I want to try and have everything in one place, so so I can do my VP stuff.
Yeah, no, I've got you, mate.
He's all right, when I compare it to the stuff I rank off my Xbox in 4K.
Yeah.
I just look at it and go, it just looks better.
Yes, just get yourself. All I would say, Grizz, a 4 or a 5 series 70 Ti Super would be brilliant. Just make sure you don't go for one of the cheaper ones that's got 8 gig of RAM. 12 is good, 16 is better.
Even better, yeah. We'll be going for a 16.
Yeah, VRAM is the mind killer, just like Spice. Has anybody played the new June MMO, by the way?
It was Fear is the mind killer.
I'm gonna say I thought it was Fear.
Right, I don't care. I'll be honest. Thanks for correcting me, though. I do like to be accurate, even though I don't really care if I'm wrong.
No, I haven't. It's another one of them games that I can't justify buying because I'm not sure I'll play.
I've seen the streamer friend play, and he's absolutely loving it at the moment. So,
just I will tell you now, boys, so that you've got time to plan, save, look for it on discount, whatever. I would be an absolute. How can I put this? I am 99.9% sure that I will be playing a fuck ton of Ark Raiders when it releases. That game just gets me. I haven't played it. I've just watched other people play it. It's like, you know how much I love World of Warcraft, right? I love the MMO principle. It's like somebody took the best bits out of kind of Tom Clancy games, mixed it with the fun and just awe that Helldivers brings, and then put it into an engine that feels like it belongs in a MMO. It just feels like it's going to be huge.
Have you seen that freebie that's on Steam? Is it called Once Human?
Yes, I've heard of Once Human.
My lad had me install it. He's played it. He said it was all right. I just haven't looked at it yet.
Is it a zombie game?
Yeah, it's kind of like a zombie, massive online thing, and
I think we might have another shufty at Grounded as well. I think that's probably having another look at. Delphic, forgive me, mate. I've just realised that you popped up in chat. Good afternoon. Sorry I didn't answer you sooner. How are you doing, sir?
what sort of Lethal Company as well, because I bought that and I haven't touched it yet.
Ooh. Ditch, over to you. So...
it was lively.
Yeah, me and Ditch played with Ozzy, who's played a lot of it, and I forgot the other guy's name. Dutch lad who joined us for a bit of Phasmo once. Pops in now and again. And it was hard work because, you know the thing I was describing before, Ditch, where it's like when somebody really knows a game and they just go click, click, click and off they go. That's how I felt a bit on that. But me, you, Delphic and Grizz in Lethal Company, and I am fucking guaranteeing chaos and fun and more shorts than we could throw a bloody stick at. And it's dirt cheap as well, Grizz. Have you already got it, did you say?
I've already got it, yeah. It's only cost me
What's Armour 3
$8.75
like?
or something like that. It wasn't expensive.
No. Armour 3 Wicked felt it was okay, but it was just a bit... I used to love Operation Flashpoint, which is kind of its spiritual predecessor. And it plays well. It's just... It's like they've milked the fun out of wargaming and made it very simmy. So I think it's good if you get the right people around you, but it gives nothing for free. I suspect there's loads of mods to make it easier, but things like no electronic mapping and you're having to map by land site and stuff just feels like it slows down certain aspects of the game. Pedro, can you take the full pipe, please? Thanks, lad. So accommodating. It really is.
Doink, doink.
How you doing, Gold? Good to see you, mate. Just in case you haven't heard us rambling on, there is a high probability that we're going to be playing some more Division tonight, and it's going to be me, Grizz, Eli, and Ditch. I just realised that Zach's watching the stream, which kind of means I have kind of asked already, so I'm either in trouble or I'm not. I guess we'll find out shortly. Right, go deliver, baby. Go on, Pedro, lad. Pedro's gonna go and hand things in. We've made an honest $1. Is this gonna take us? We just... Do you know what? I've got to turn the combine off. I can't just leave it playing. There we go. I'm going to fold it up as well. Is it going to take us over 200 grand? I know it was 6,000 something. But is that number going to go above 200 grand? Ready for us to start looking at our first farm purchase? Ooh. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking, Pedro. You tell me just before you're going to hand it in, dude. Don't look, I'm stuck. You are fucking joking. No, Pedro. Oh, he is. Right, I'm coming to help you, mate. Don't you worry, Pedro. I can get you out of this with my combine. What have you got stuck on? Oh, no. Yes. Yes. Victorious. Go on, Pedro, lad. Buy that farm. Buy that farm. Right. Shells. That's going to be on the next episode of Sooty's Farm, mate. Don't rush it, Ped. You're not Pedro. You're not Pedro. Just don't rush it. Jigs will tell you. You've got to divest. You've got to divest to ingest. No. You've got to...
I can already tell you, Jigs is sat at home with the fuck I did.
No. You have to incubate to masturbate. No? It's not that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's quite good.
I thought you had to be... No, how about you have to hibernate to masturbate?
Hibernate to masturbate. You have to prostate to accommodate.
Ejaculate to procreate.
That's fair. Jigs, the fuck I did. You have to pronunciate. That's more ironic than you realise. To accentuate. You've got to exasperate to deliberate. No, that's not it, is it? You've got to accumulate to accommodate. No. This truck's just rocked up at the wrong time, look. Actually, do you know what? I'm not going to get in its way. Because knowing my luck, I'll hit it with a combine, it'll charge me 500, and that'll be the thing that stops us going over 200k. So I'm just going to move to here, out of the way. That's it, I give up, I'll be in my office. Do you know she just did a hair flick as she walked off as well?
You know she did.
Yeah.
Was he on a lower low?
Yeah, I think so. You've got to search for the hero inside yourself. What? Tone, you've got to stop laying with heroes, mate, if you don't want them inside you. Jesus Christ, leave them alone. Shell's going to be right back. What's the chances that we go offline before he gets back? That'd be awkward. Come on, Pedro. How close are you, baby?
Are you close? Are you friendly?
Of course I did a hair flip of these red curls. Oh, nearly lost my my cans. I can smell Temu KFC. Come on, Pedro. Tell me when you're close. Pedro, are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French?
Boogly!
Fuck! It's not funny, that one, is it, Grizz?
No suppression. No, that was funny.
Okay.
Is that one of the jump scares? I thought that was actually one of your kids.
No. So, Juice basically did 3 for me, Grizz. She shouts boogly, which is that one. What do you mean it's done? Pedro, we're still on 196 grand. Oh, I need to hand the contract in. Fuck. Hang on. It's under control. I know what I'm doing. Here we go. Complete. Collect. Have we done it? Yes! Victory, baby. £201,594. Mate, that's an amazing amount to raise in this 24-hour stream. That is going to make a world of difference to Grizz's Biscuit Fund. Congratulations, Grizz.
Hell yes.
200 grand. Right, guys. Ditch. Grizz, thank you for being here. Thank you for the company. You are awesome, as always. Hopefully, with a fair wind, I will be seeing you later for some Division along with Eli. And you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Love you loads. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye. Thought if I stayed still long enough, people would think it just froze. Right, see you in a bit. Good night.